Brilliant.
Okay.
What is up with it? Welcome to Melee on Me, episode 3x3. Well, season 3, episode 3. Dude, it's the 1 year anniversary Melee on Me episode.
Exactly 1 year.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's exactly 1 year.
So when
and coincides with another anniversary, right?
yeah, so when I was doing the YouTube archiving that
Yeah.
earlier, I had to go back and kind of look at the timestamps and put together that Google Calendar of our stream schedule, right?
Yeah.
I figured, me being the completionist, I wanted to just get every single episode in that calendar. And looking back, November 21st, 2012, exactly.
Wait, are you kidding me?
It's pretty cool, right?
Dude, that is such a okay, if it was intentional, that's such a Scar thing to do. I don't know all the Scar fans if you guys
that was
know.
my question. Is that intentional? Because that's Melee's. I guess that's Melee's birthday too.
Did
Today,
it by accident?
12 years ago, it was released in Japan, at least.
We did it
So,
by accident.
dude,
Well, yeah,
isn't that
the Japanese
pretty sweet? Melee on Me's birthday is the same as the game itself.
It actually is the most sweet thing I've ever heard. I don't know if all the Scar fans know, but I released the I Kill Mufasas 1 year apart from each other. Rob, did you know that? I feel like you should know that.
I know that. Okay, wait. Am I right about this? They're released in February.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I got that right. I don't know about the exact to the day
think
though.
1 was released on 1 and 2 were on the 16th of February, and 3 was the 17th. I think.
Would know that. That's okay. Anytime somebody references one of my tournaments, I'll tell you the exact date.
Exactly what day, what time.
The exact date. And just through Smash, I feel like I have every Saturday memorized in the year. Just especially as a TO trying to look at tentative dates for tournaments, you can say March 1st, 2014. I'll tell you that's a Saturday.
That's sick. That sounds right. So yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to the chat. What's up to the fans? I'm joined today by Sheridan, aka Dr. Z, and Juggle Guy. We are expecting to have Toph on, and maybe Mango later. Mango is getting some food. He needs to refuel. It's really important for the goat to stay nourished. Sheridan, how's it going, man?
It's going pretty well. I watched the archive of last episode, and looks like you guys had fun.
We did.
Yeah, watching some matches, watching Juggle Guy get
dude jacked up.
Come on now.
We're gonna start with that.
Just speaking of jacked up, whatever happened to that Monday Night Football segment, jacked up from years ago? That was my favorite segment, and now they're not doing it anymore. Anyone know anything about that? Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember that. I just like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's what they replaced it with, which is almost as good. I still prefer jacked up. And part of me feels like they took it away for the politically correct reason of not wanting to display violence, because that's what jacked up basically was.
Got jacked up.
Perhaps.
Yeah, showcasing.
Dude, what if we had it? What if we had a "Come On Man" segment for
Dude, I've wanted to do that forever.
We do a "Come On Man" segment
forever.
Yeah, just some bad Martha Edgeguard, something like that.
Come on, man. G Money would be
amazing.
the star of the bad Martha Edgeguard show.
I can't be a part of the narration though. It's got to be some really hype person like G Money.
Yeah.
Deliver the "Come On Man" with authority.
Right.
G Money's Edgeguard strategy as Marth is observe the opponent recover successfully. Pretty sure that's what he does.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, we had a really good time. I forget what Rob said, but yeah, he got on my bad side, and therefore we spent.
I definitely put you on blast for something. I can't remember what anymore.
There were shots exchanged.
Mm-hmm. And I was following along your trivia questions too, and I got 2 of them right.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. They were tough, man. They stumped the Melee on Me subs.
You know, the first thing after that show, I got a G-chat message from the Crimson Buster, and he was like, "Yo, by the way, I watched the archives, went 3 for 3 on those trivia."
Crimson Buster.
Wow.
Would
Okay.
he would go 3 for 3? He would message you about it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The very next day, first thing the next day, he's like, "Watch the archives. First of all, fuck you for saying most nationals in a row without a top 64, and then also 3 for 3 on the trivia. Get at me.
Get at me." By the way,
Anyway, so yeah,
right now, Toph, are you muted or can you talk?
I can't hear Toph.
Yeah, you're muted, buddy. You gotta get your Skype settings set up. Because I was sure that he was laughing, right? Like while we were talking about that, there's no way Toph's just like.
That's the worst feeling when like you think people are listening to you and then like you find out that's not true. There's this feature on one of the boards where you can like ban somebody but ghost ban them so that they still are posting but nobody sees their posts. I think that's like the most troll.
That's hilarious.
I think that's the most hilarious feature I've ever heard.
That is actually pretty hysterical because like message boards sometimes people do just lost.
just like wait and see how long it is until they figure out that nobody's reading their posts.
Yeah. Anyway, so the reason I was gone last week is I was picking my girlfriend up for the airport, and we had a fun weekend together, meeting the family and everything. And so that was a good time. And also lately, I just started playing League of Legends. Like pretty much the weekend after the previous show that I was on. Started playing.
You just started.
Yeah, I'm like a turbo noob, so if anybody wants to help me learn,
what motivated this decision to start
a few people, because a lot of NorCal plays, my girlfriend plays, so we play sometimes.
The number one Smash killer, dude. League of Legends. It's not Nintendo. It's not TVs. It's not broken controllers. It's League of Legends. That's the number one Smash killer.
Dude, I'm not going anywhere. Don't fucking worry.
All right. Good.
Next time I'm on the DJ Weed show and he asks what's the greatest risk to Smash. I'll just say it's League, dude.
Glad you didn't bring that up on Live on 3.
I thought it would have been funny.
Yeah.
It's League.
I mean,
League kills nerds.
And
if anything, it would have been taken as a compliment, right? It's like this game.
Yeah, I guess so.
Toph, where's your mic, bro? We all got mics. You don't have a mic?
What we got here at San Jose in poverty, dude. This is the.
That is so bad. I can barely hear you. You sound worse.
I've seen your 2DX setup.
The poverty.
That's not the poverty setup.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Indigo Roger just subscribed. Stop with it. Welcome to the family, Indigo Roger. Dude, I was actually just about to talk about poverty lasers because that was so funny.
That was hilarious.
I loved it. Can I see some poverty lasers in the chat? Indigo Roger, what a guy! He made my day. Everybody shoot some poverty lasers. You know about that? That's a poverty. And then what was the other thing? We had a poverty knee somewhere. It was like, yeah, it was just a right arrow and a star.
That's
the poverty.
That is so sad.
Oh my God. Thank you to all the subs. What's up, Indigo Roger? MIOM knee with a capital K will give you your beautiful knee. You can get Prog's face with MIOM Progasm and a big old thumbs up with MIOMY.
People were talking today about the brawl knee and how it's just it doesn't make the same noise.
Yeah.
It makes like a little whoosh noise. It doesn't sound like you hit anyone.
Exactly. It's like a little like fizzle. It's nothing. It's ridiculous.
It's terrible. It's terrible. And to me, that's like a poverty knee.
Excuse my ignorance. Has Project M converted the sound effects of the knee back to the original?
No.
Nope.
No.
Is that really that hard?
Oh my God, Callie W! Holy shit! What an old school name. Callie W just joined the family. Welcome. Thank you so. Oh my God.
Greetings.
Callie W, come back in the chat and show me your thumbs up. Show me a little glove. I know you got it.
Did you say show me a little glove or show me a little love?
Well, the glove, but I mean, show me love with the glove.
Right. Same thing.
Also, all the subs, if you're ever in a melee chat room and somebody's about to JV, I always love seeing the JV jerseys. JV.
It didn't even look like a JV jersey to me when I first saw it. It looks like a jersey with like a lot of band-aids on it.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. It's a JV jersey. Get over it.
Oh, I see it now.
Dude, holy crap! There's a metagame to the poverty laser. If you do /me, then do the poverty laser, it looks beautiful.
Holy!
How are they?
Yeah.
How are you making that solid?
Especially if you get if you got a red.
How do you bold it? I have yet to figure that out.
Dude, these poverty lasers are the metagame is advancing.
It is.
Okay, I don't know how to bold.
I have a Twitch channel.
Good try, Jungle Guy.
Is there any way to ever change the color of your name?
When you do me, then you get your color or something. I forget how it works.
The color of your name. Henry just says, "Wow, that is a very basic Twitch setting." If you're in chat, there's a settings bar, and you click the gear, you can change your color.
Oh, there it is. See, I don't ever mess around with those things. I just type.
I think a lot of people don't mess around with it, but if you become a Twitch Power user, you will quickly learn how to change your colors.
A Twitch Power user.
That's amazing.
Right? So anyway, let's go. Okay, real quick. Thank you so much, Kelly W. Thanks, Indigo Joe. Was it Indigo something else?
Roger.
Indigo Roger.
Indigo Roger.
Indigo Joe.
In the meantime, Sheridan, you're doing all right?
I'm doing good. I'm also about to send out like 5 applications this week for jobs. So
get paid.
See how that goes.
Get money, getting paid.
Trying to.
I'm gonna skip
about the stack of papers.
Toph, how are you doing, dude? Good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. No, I'm all right. I got back from ROM this week. It's been a really hectic week. Took Monday off. I had a really surreal Monday, waking up in Hax Money's apartment in Manhattan in Falcon Towers.
Falcon Tower, I love that.
Yeah, and making my way to the airport alone, and then having an extra long day because of time difference and all that. And then getting home, it's just like, wow. Like,
you went to work on the Monday?
No. No, I did not. It was
that'd be ridiculous.
I did flight with the terrible on-flight Wi-Fi, but.
Right.
Yeah.
Toph, did you miss me?
I did. It was.
What was the moment where you were like, "Man, I wish Scar's here"?
I don't remember. I think I just felt like that all weekend.
Wow. What a question! What a question! What is the moment when you said, "I wish Scar was here"?
Dude, at every turn of the like whenever I want to commentate, I'm like, "Man, it'd be nice if Toph was here."
Aww. That's so sweet.
Yeah. Thanks, Scar. I feel the same way.
No problem.
Feel the same way. And I mean, you have a lot more of a East Coast bond than I obviously would because you lived over there for a while. So I was just like, oh, it'd be cool to hang out with Scar in his old natural habitat.
Damn. Yeah, dude. ROM is like one of my tournaments because that's the only national that's like really in tri-state, and that like literally everybody from the state's there. So it's sad when I don't get to go, but oh well.
You had a pretty sick streak going to ROMs, right?
I
know you went to.
I missed ROM 4. If I didn't miss 4, then I would have gone to the first 3, and then if I went to 4 and 5, I don't think I could have missed 6. I would just have like the pride.
Yeah. Do you know? There was somebody who attended every Show Me Your Moves until the last one in March, and that streak finally ended. And it is the legendary AOB, Andy O'Brien.
Oh wow! I didn't know that he still went to those even all through that time.
Yes, well,
you already know what that is.
So I'm told. It's not that I've been to all of them. I've only been to one actually, but I'm told that he went to all of them until this last one in March. So, and Dark Rain also. They both had their streaks broken this March. So Show Me Your Moves. Nobody has attended all 14, or is it 13? Shit, I don't know. All right, I'm not doing myself any favors here. Either 13 or 14. I can't remember.
Joe, you're coming to Kings of Cali?
Yeah, I am. So I started a new job a new full-time job in July, and I was still in my 90-day like probation period or whatever where you can't take vacation time off. So I was in a spot where I couldn't really even go to Pound or ROM, but that's just finally went up, and I am gonna take my floating holiday, which I have the privilege of having, taken December 16th off, so I can go. And the good thing about like East Coast to West Coast, I don't have to take that Friday off because I can just hop on a plane at 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening and get to West Coast by like 10 o'clock just because of the time zone difference, right?
Right. I've done the opposite. Like with Impulse 2013, I went to work that Monday. I left. I left 5 a.m. 5 a.m. the Monday after the tournament.
Oh my god.
10 a.m. West Coast time, and then went to work. So.
Jeez. Yes, like it's really nice when when I'm going to West Coast. I really only have to take one day off, usually the Monday, when I have to spend all day traveling back. So I'm really looking forward to it. Got the TAFO housing, I believe, and Duck is coming too. We're on the same flight, so that's going to be super cool.
I remember the first time you told me that, I was like, the heck? Stay home, Doug.
Wow.
Stay home, Doug.
Wow.
That's not Daryl.
That's not Daryl.
Daryl's excited. He better be.
Really? Why? What are they, friends?
They both play Samus. I assume Samus main stick together.
No, man. Daryl's gonna talk so much shit.
Dude, every Samus
Not
main...
Daryl.
What's up, Doug? You suck.
Samus mains all do have a lot of camaraderie, except for Daryl. Like, every other Samus is super friendly with every Samus, and they all know each other, too. Like, I asked, I remember before Apex 2012, I asked the Prime, Samus from Washington, I was like, who are you teaming with, dude? And he's like, oh, I'm teaming with the homie Dobbs. And I was like, who's that? And he's like, dude, that's the Samus from whatever. Oh, hey, how do you know him? He's like, we play Samus. But Daryl's like Lonix, where he just talks smack on every other Samus game, which is funny.
But does he mean
it? We should do the Samus challenge at Kings of Cali. Hugs, Daryl, Duck, all on the team.
Oh my goodness! Oh my god!
Violence.
Team attack.
Throw violence in there.
Yeah.
Dude, so I feel like the Falcon mains also have that camaraderie too, for sure.
Oh, we definitely do.
What is the character main that has like that are the most like lone wolves, the most heated rivalries between them? I think it's the Fox player too.
You're just
well, hang on. I feel like with Fox players, it's just like there's too many of us. Like it's hard, for every Fox to like know every Fox or have camaraderie with every Fox. Because there's, it's like the world is infested with space animal mains. I do think that so I think it's just a ratio thing. You know what I mean? Like certain Foxes have a lot of camaraderie with certain Foxes. I talk to people like Fiction and Otto and stuff all the time about Fox related shenanigans. So my answer was actually going to be like Ganon, because I feel like there's a lot of hate between.
Really?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? Linguini and Kage, they had like a rivalry for all time. And then like as soon as Biz came out of anywhere, it was like, oh, is Biz better than Kage? Like, there's just not enough of them.
No love. It was always just like who, even back, as far as I can tell, even back in the old days, with I don't know, with Pittman and I don't know. That's my understanding. Maybe Sheridan can speak more.
Even back then, there was definitely like rivalry between the Ganon mains about who was better, and Florida loved to talk about how good Tippmann was, and all that stuff.
Shit.
But dude, how about Peach? How about the Peach main community?
Oh, you're right.
I mean, that's not really what you're asking about, but they're kind of like their own. They have their own dynamic.
I can definitely agree with that.
It is.
Yeah.
What is this? What are you guys talking about?
The peaches?
Yeah.
So like every peach will tell you Armada's the best peach.
I've never ventured into the peach boards or anything like that. So
I don't think you want. I don't think you want to.
All right. So yeah, Armada's at the top.
And then every peach will tell you behind their back their own little catty opinion. Emphasis on the word catty. Like, Bobby, you gotta talk to Alan about it. You gotta get Alan to explain to you the peach hierarchy. but
We'll
it
get him
is
on the show someday.
But you have to filter it out because you're talking to Alan. So
of course, you don't have to tell me.
Dude, who is the second best Peach? That's been a good question for at least a couple years. It could be like any of 3,
Vans.
4, or 5 people. I say it could be Vans, it could be Bladewise, it could be V-Wins, it could be MacD. I think it could be any of those people, honestly.
I think Bladewise and V-Wins are significantly better than the other Peach mains. That's right.
I don't know. I think McCain's actually better.
Vans kind of got Midwested.
McCain has a legit shot at right behind Vans.
McCain has teams. I'll give him that for sure.
Yeah, but we're not talking about teams. Forget Peach mains
either.
Teams. It's so lame.
And we got the hanky-panky supporters, too.
Anyway. Speaking of Peach mains...
Anyway.
Not really. Joe, guys, ask how you're doing. How are you doing, man?
Good.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm pretty good.
We kind of went off track from that, but yeah, I'm doing well. I think I'm gonna go to Pittsburgh this weekend for Fight Pit 3. Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty big turnout, I hear. So
why are you traveling so much now?
I'm not traveling that much. Honestly, I haven't been to. When's the last out-of-state tournament I went to? I can't even.
Well, you're going to Pittsburgh, and then you're going to go to Kings of Cali.
Right. So I always like the out-of-state tournaments because you don't have to play like the same people every week.
That's nice.
Like, honestly, some people I cannot really understand how they can play local after local after local, and just not. It's almost like they don't know what they're missing if they don't go to an out-of-state tournament. Right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think anybody would argue that like going to an out-of-state tournament or going to a national level or whatever in your own state is like more fun, or at least like a very different experience where locals are kind of like sometimes they all blend into each other.
Right. So like for me, I can totally understand when somebody is like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that local, but if you're driving out of state, then I'm in. I want to be a part of that. Because I'm kind of the same way sometimes. I'm like, local this, local that. But out of state, like I'm in. Pittsburgh, they are the funniest. Okay, I'm convinced Pittsburgh is the funniest region by far. And there's a great quote by Carroll during commentary recently. He's like, for every good player that all the other regions have, the Midwest has 4 bad players who are funny. I think that's so true, especially with Pittsburgh.
Philly humor it's too basic.
Yeah, I mean it's some basic over the top stuff, but like I never come out of Pittsburgh like
fighting this. You got to come to the West Coast. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I've been to the West Coast plenty of times. I was you Sheridan remember? You guys all remember?
Yeah.
I was there for 2 weeks before Evo, so I feel like I'm a pretty seasoned traveler. But like, dude, right. Pittsburgh, I never leave Pittsburgh like without a smile on my face, just laughing at like the shit that goes down.
Pittsburgh's pretty funny, I gotta tell you.
So yeah, planning on going to that, but still trying to sort out carpool details 24 hours beforehand.
Good luck, my friend. Godspeed.
Now I know what I know what Bobby and John are feeling, trying to organize like mangoes and toafs into the chat or into the show. Am I right?
Yeah, it's a tough time sometimes.
Yeah, so that's pretty much that for this weekend.
Perfect. So we've got a sick nasty agenda for the fans. Dude, Toph, how long can you stay? Not that long, right?
I can probably stay till 7:30 or 8.
All right, let's start with Rom. Rom 6 happened a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Who was there?
And somebody was there.
Toph was there.
Only Toph was there, dude. So we could talk about the tournament as a viewer, but tell us a little bit about how it felt to be at ROM 6, one of the premier Melee tournaments in the in per year.
Right. I mean, I thought it was really. I felt really privileged to be there because it was the first ROM that I've been to. Unfortunately, I really wish I could have been at some of the other ones. It was. Everything ran smoothly. Once we got started, we ran through stuff really quickly. I thought the stream was very professionally handled. And it was really cool getting to play like Jungle Guy was saying, getting to play in a different environment than you're used to. That was my first non-Apex sized East Coast tournament. So I got to meet a lot of people, interact with them on a scale that was maybe a little more personal than I would have gotten at Apex, where I mostly would have just hung out with West Coast people anyway. Yeah, I think one of the, if you want to talk about, just in terms of hype, I think even as early as teams, I think there were a lot of hype matches early on. And I thought that Alucard did a good job of putting, with a few exceptions, I think he did a really good job of putting hype matches on the stream. So, yeah.
Dude, I have one question. Was Daryl versus Kage recorded? Because I don't think that was streamed.
Dude, that is
a burning question.
That last sentence I said, where I said with a couple exceptions, that was one of the exceptions.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
People are going to be hearing about that for a while.
Dude, that was a big upset. Like, I looked at I just know because having looked at, at the results of I just looked at the challenge and I was like, wait, really?
Yeah.
Did you watch? Were you cheering? Can you give us the play-by-play?
I saw, I only saw the beginning of the set because I had to go play DJ Nintendo almost as soon as the match started.
Damn.
And Kage looked like he was about to 2-0 Daryl. And I think even Daryl said afterwards, he was like, yeah, dude, I should have lost that second match. But he brought it back. And I think, you want to talk about the fact that it's an upset. I think the big thing is not necessarily so much the skill gap in players, because Daryl's amazing, but Gen and Samus is really hard.
So I've heard.
Yeah, I think it's hard for Samus.
It is.
It is. Even
I mean, I usually beat the crap out of Daryl with my Ganon, so
Mr. Ganondorf, I believe, has a positive record on Daryl, so I think it's really
neat. I wouldn't doubt it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Senor
that guy who made a bunch of appearances in I Killed Mufasa 3.
He actually did. Yeah. He was an integral component.
Can't tell how good he is from those clips.
Pretty good. He's not Kage, so that's why it was really impressive. So yeah, that was really cool. I was really proud of Daryl that tournament. He also, who was it? He beat who did he beat in his pool? Oh no, never mind. I'm thinking of something else. He beat Animal in his pool, which was pretty good, but yeah. No, Daryl did really well, and he got second in teams. Did you guys see teams grand finals?
I saw it.
So it was Daryl and
3 pups and a Samus.
Yeah.
Am I right?
And Fox and Mewtwo King going double puff because Mewtwo King basically copped out off of Fox after the first game, and Daryl was just holding it down super well, I thought, versus Puff's pretty much what a lot of Samus's would call Puff's worst matchup. And I was watching, I was just like, oh, this looks so difficult. Like, you're just watching someone who's probably not having that much fun. And I was just like, wow, he's really making this work. And it went to game 5 and all, so.
Yeah, I really like watching Daryl not have fun. It's a really good time.
I was watching
Dark.
Dark.
Very true.
That whole set I was watching Dark, and he's such an entertaining puff to watch in teams. I feel like he's everywhere, absolutely everywhere.
Yeah, Dark's fucking amazing. I gotta say,
Bobby. There was with him at Genesis.
Well, I think that maybe he got carried a little bit at Genesis, but since then he's become really good. No, there was a set with it was a Sheik and somebody. Who were the other good teams in top 3 or top 4 teams? Who was the Sheik?
I just watched it.
G-Money
was DJ
Nintendo.
Yeah, Alucard
and there was a game where they had no business winning. They already lost, right?
Remember that?
And you saw Dark hold on with 150%, just not really helping. Just kind of living for the sake of living. It seemed to me, and then it turns out his master plan was to just suicide rest, and he basically single-handedly made that game winnable for Daryl.
And then Daryl, Daryl went. He put on 70% untouched, and then just got the killing blow.
Oh, totally! Yeah. It was amazing. But just saying that Dark really was Like we can still there. This is the opportunity, right? I need to live. I need to trust Daryl to not get destroyed if I don't help him too much and overextend. Like he made really amazing decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you that me and Kage got like absolutely jumped by Daryl and Dark, and I think losers semis. I got arrested so many times. Not even like up throw arrests or like situations that I could have DI'd that. It was just like Daryl would hit me with some stray move that I would expectedly get hit by, just some random whatever, and then Dark would rest out of it. Like 50 times.
Dark's amazing.
Uppy is a good one for picking people out for that, but also like a lot of the time Puff is behind Samus, and when Samus hits somebody with the down smash, basically sends them right to Puff.
Mm-hmm. And then she just edge guards from there, right?
Or just it's a rest, even if it's like a low percent.
Yeah, you've teamed with Daryl a couple times, haven't you?
Yeah, me and Daryl usually do pretty good.
I used to think that was a super janky, weird, ineffective team. Then I saw, you and Daryl, and then I saw, H-Box and Plup do it on the national level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Duck here locally was just like, dude, I'm teaming with a Puff next national. Like, because he liked to get grabs in teams, which is like, I actually think, if Daryl grabs, he grabs a lot in singles, right? In team, I guess double Puff isn't the best to grab against, but maybe some other teams, if he got a couple more grabs, they could have done even more damage.
Yeah, and I think he could definitely stand to grab more just because people like to sit in their shields a little bit more in teams, And I do think Puff Samus is good because Samus is one of those characters where when she's getting edge guarded, you can, if the Samus knows what they're doing, you can trust them to leave. You can leave them alone for like 5 seconds, and they'll be okay. And that's not true if you're teaming with like a Fox or something like that, right? If your Fox teammate is getting edge guarded, you have to get over there as soon as possible. And the thing that the counter to like Fox Puff team is keeping them separated. Whereas when you separate, Puff Samus, they can both, chill and hang out by themselves as long as they're not like on the ground in between like a Fox and a Peach or something like that. So they're both like self-sufficient characters, and then when they come together, they can do great things.
Yeah, and how frustrating is it when like I know when I'm facing a team like that and you just keep hitting them off, but can't really edge guard them just because of the nature of teams and how good the recoveries are, and that can definitely get in my head, like just die.
yeah, and then exactly, like people will overextend, and then the other teammate comes in and punishes them for it. It's great.
Yeah.
By the way, welcome to Amsa. Amsa's in chat. Everybody say hi to Amsa. I think he's new to the show. I've never seen him in chat before. What's up, Falcomist? I'll see you tomorrow.
Greetings, Amsa and Falcomist.
All right, but Toph, I have a serious question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
ROM 6. Right? ROM, the revival of Melee, the tournament with ROM 1, you think about the lineup. We had Mewtwo King, Mango, Shiz, PC, Chu, I think went, etc. The list goes on. As and went, etc., etc. ROM, one of the biggest tournaments of the year. The Moon got third. Okay, I asked the question because I see a question in chat, which is a legitimate question if this is the first tournament I've ever watched. Who's better, Pew Pew or the Moon? Moon, I love you, but you suck, dude. I will fucking destroy you. What are you doing top 3 international? This had me thinking, what is ROM? What has happened to ROM? Is this a fraudulent national?
Well, first of all, let me preface this. Let me preface this with a statement. There are some tournaments where you meet a lot of new people. And then there are some tournaments where you don't meet that many new people, but there are a small subset of people who really make an impression on you. And when you think back to that weekend, you're like, wow, that person really made my weekend. And if you ask me or Daryl, I think that person was the Moon. We talked to him a fair bit, and I can't even explain. This guy he's a different type of man. I like absolutely 10 out of 10 individual.
No, he is the individual, right? He is on the upper echelon. I remember at Zenith 2013, we had like a 20-minute argument. It it wasn't me. It was the Moon and somebody else. I think it was G Money. They literally said the same thing for like
double lasers.
For like 20 minutes. Moon was just like, no, you don't understand. Falco double laser is not safe at the ledge. And G Money was like, well, what if you just do the single laser? And Moon was like, you don't understand. Double laser is not safe at the ledge. They went on like this straight up 15, 20 minutes. It was so funny.
What was it? Okay, I just remember, because, so, Daryl throws out the term scrub a lot, right? And Daryl's just like, scrub, don't do that, scrub, like, and in NorCal, we just toss it around playfully. We might not mean it, or we might, whatever. But we use the term scrub a lot. I remember something happened, and Daryl was just like, Moon, scrub, or whatever. And then Moon just, like, looked him right in the eye and had this, like, really sad look on his face almost. And he was just like, I'm not a scrub. And then Daryl just looked at his back and then looked at me. He was like, what do you even say to that? He's like, all right, you're not a scrub. Like, right. It was so perfect. I don't know.
Dude, can you tell the story of the recording? What is this?
Oh man, basically, the Moon. The recording was. It started because we were in the car, and the Moon was telling us his Marth theory, which I'm not going to go into. It's too deep.
Too high level.
Ooh.
It's too deep for all of us. I can't even remember all of it.
People understand it.
Yeah.
Can you give us just a taste, or you can't even give a taste of this speech?
Here's the taste. The taste is that there are the different Marth colors, and there is a meaning.
Get closer to your mic. I can't hear you. Just put your mouth right at your mic.
There are the different Marth colors. There's blue, red, green. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a deep meaning to each color.
Oh.
There's a progression between the colors. I can't get into it. You have to let Moon tell it. But basically, Daryl was just suppressing laughter the whole time. And then eventually he was like, I really need to record just whatever the Moon says. And and he recorded the Moon telling us the story of how they got pulled over this one time. And the Moon kept repeating itself, so it was pretty funny. But, yeah.
In that story, he kept repeating himself, is what you're saying?
In that story, he kept repeating himself, yes.
He's very good at that. Like, if he wants to drive a point home, Moon's your guy.
Moon's your guy.
He'll tell you the same thing in different ways about 700 times.
Moon's your guy. But let me speak about the Moon and his play seriously for a second.
Which, by the way, Thundercats, I mean, I was blown away. I looked at the screen, and like when he was doing that, I was like, yo, that is some serious style. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that was amazing. That was the ending to the set, wasn't it? Right?
Yeah. It was
welcome back to the family. I think you had previously subscribed. If not, welcome to the family.
He's farming the shoutouts, dude. He's subscribing once a month and then canceling.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
The shoutout farming. All right.
Good stuff, Swift. Thanks, Mango, for picking up on that. Mango is hanging out in the background telling us when people sub.
Dude, I always think of Conan the Barbarian instead of Thundercats. Did you ever see the poster?
Yeah,
he's got like the sword up like this.
So, Bobby, you were talking about. Sorry, Toph. Did you want to finish what you were?
I wanted to say. I wanted to speak to the Moon and his play for a second. Because we talked a bit about just improvement, and he hasn't been playing the game for very long relative to a lot of us. His first tournament, I believe, was ROM 3. And he was talking basically just about, in general, like the people he wants to beat, the people he wants to play, his mentality going to tournaments. He was saying like, at Apex 2012, I thought, or some national, I think it was 2012, I thought I was ready, but then I realized by the level of play, I wasn't ready yet. But the way he talks, you can really tell he wants to just win. And he really wants to compete and get better. And he just has a really, I felt like he had a really, really just focused mind on improvement. And he just had a really good mentality about what a competitor should be like. And from that, I mean, I really felt like, okay, yeah, it makes sense that this guy did as good as he did. And I think he's going to get better if he doesn't, do anything different. I think he's just a really solid competitor. So. And he had some really good wins in bracket and all this. So
he had some good wins, man.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Nobody has anything. I have plenty to say, dude. So it seemed like he just got chilling on the back foot. Like that set started, and when it started, I read someone out of the crazy ROM chat. Like ROM's chat was going a mile a minute. You could barely like say anything. But I saw somebody say like Moon's about to get exposed, and I was like, yup, this is about to be an exposition. And it was interesting. Like it just seemed like Chillin was like, I'm the better player. I should win. Why am I not winning? That was the story of Chillin's play in that set, in my opinion.
I mean, Moon has beaten Chillin before. They've played twice before. Really? Chillin won the first time, Moon won the next. So
really,
yeah,
interesting.
And I mean, Marth Fox is a matchup where Moon really knows his matchups. I mean, I think his winner set with Hungrybox proved that. And if you're Marth, honestly, if you have any competency, you probably know how to destroy space animals. So
yeah.
That could happen. I mean, Chillin is a really, really good player, but you can lose to a good Marth any day of the week.
Yeah, he seemed like he played the matchup like pretty well. I mean,
he did.
It was a solid set. It wasn't like,
yeah.
What else? Who was the fifth place match? Moon and DJ.
Fifth place was Moon and DJ. I think DJ has
DJ got trunched.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Moon trunched him. That was
well, interestingly, it went Marth the second game, and that was excruciatingly close.
It was close, but
it
was close in a weird way. Wasn't Moon up like 2 to 3 stocks at one point, and then DJ like kind of clawed back, and then
yeah. But you could say that Moon had, I don't know, what was the other side of the bracket? Moon had first seed of my pool with Strict 9, right? Going into winners. He had the winner of me and Strict 9. Whereas, like, for example, Kage had Mewtwo King first round on the second day. So, I mean, yeah, you could say that Moon had a relatively easier bracket. But, I think by beating Chillin' Dude and having a decent showing against Hungrybox and winners, I mean, I think it really shows that he deserved what he placed. Even if Hungrybox kind of went in and lose.
Okay, and before we move on, oh yeah, I guess we should talk about this whole Hungrybox Mewtwo King thing.
Oh yeah, so
it's looking like it looked at Big House.
Big House was not a fluke. That's the message we took away from those two sets at ROM, right?
I couldn't believe the headphones didn't work though. The beatbox.
Did it kind of work? He went 2-2 after that, as opposed to 0-1.
I think he needed like maybe the volume wasn't high enough or something like that. It was just like not enough, just barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed pretty straightforward. It seemed like he got outplayed.
I honestly I don't even know what to say. Like they're completely different sets. Like Big House Mewtwo King versus Hungrybox, and then after
Big House Mewtwo King sucked.
Like he was a flounder.
Yeah,
floundering.
Flounder.
Yeah.
I think it was just PGH Carroll, man.
Dude, I actually
said something to him at Big House.
Toph, I don't know if you were joking or not, but I actually kind of agree with that. I think
it was the study. It was there was something more profound.
Of course, he studies like he does his study. He pays his dues and studies his videos. But I think Carroll loosened him up, and I think that went a long way at Big House. That's all I'm gonna say. That is all I'm gonna say.
Honestly, there's a lot to be said for studying, but there are a lot of players who try to study things in theory and are unable to implement it in practice. And I think a lot of people with matchups like Puff can sometimes have that difficulty. And you can ask Mewtwo King, or you can ask Mewtwo King what to do in a certain matchup, and he will tell you exactly what you need to do, and he will blow it at the most crucial moment. So I think, and if you look at Mewtwo King at Big House and also at ROM, he was just full of this unusual positivity that a lot of the times he's not. So say what you will, but I think there might be something there. I think that him being just chiller, like at ROM, he actually, every other tournament, usually when I go to the venue, Mewtwo King is off in some corner playing friendlies, and he doesn't notice anybody. Mewtwo King actually came up behind me at ROM, poked me on the shoulder, and he was like, "Hey, dude, I see you at every tournament now." And I was like, "Oh, hi, Mewtwo King."
He did not call you dude. There's one thing wrong with that story. There's no way.
Whatever.
That is definitely poetic license.
I'm 90% sure he said, "What's up?"
Wow.
Regardless,
but isn't this the chicken and the egg problem? Do I have to buy your version of this story, Toph? Can I buy my version where he sat and studied and gained the confidence that he needed to go in and win?
No, I think that was a ton of it too. I think that was at least 80% of the equation. I mean, yeah, yes.
He needed that other 20%, right?
I'm just saying that Mewtwo King has also always struggled with mindset, and clearly he has gotten better about that recently.
Absolutely.
Somebody said they think it's the Snuggie. That's really funny. Tantrum Barb says that the Smash Doc resparked MTK's fire. I thought that for a moment too, and then I realized that chronologically that makes no sense. How about that? Simultaneously, he got better, and the documentary came out.
Unless, whoa, you cannot count out the possibility that he just didn't sleep between Saturday and Sunday at Big House, and he spent 4 hours watching the Smash documentary instead of sleeping.
Maybe he did binge it.
Yeah.
It's possible.
So, no, yeah, chronologically makes no sense.
I mean, he also might have gotten a sneak preview just because he was one of the band.
Cosmo, can you actually put Clone Hat's link on screen and show the fans? That is amazing.
You haven't seen
that?
You
guys see this?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
That is so funny. That has to go on stream. What was I going to say?
I love the Randall in the corner.
I didn't even see it. I gotta open it again.
I closed it already.
Oh, there is special bonus. Randall guy. That's cool.
I wanted to ask another. Oh, and then before we move on from ROM, the announcement. How about the announcement? What do you think about the announcement?
Wait, what? I don't even know what it was. I missed it.
All right, so I wish Prague was here because then I could just say, "Hey, Prague."
I'm so ignorant. What is the announcement?
Something we would definitely throw to Prague.
That was teased for it was teased for a long time. Like the whole stream on Saturday and like the first 3 or 4 hours, like literally chat in between matches would just be like.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not appreciate that at all. Like I was like before the announcement, I was like, if this is like anything short of like Melee at MLG or Melee coming back to Evo, then
that was Melee at Evo level hype, and like that's the one comment that I was gonna make. You have to treat teasing. It needs to happen in a certain way. You could say, and we have an announcement for you. It's gonna come a little bit later. That's not a big announcement. But if you say, "Yo, we have an announcement," shit is gonna come. It's not coming right now. It's gonna come tomorrow. But we have an announcement.
And then and then whisper the announcement to somebody.
Cupcake this afternoon. It was sick. It's like chat. No, we wanted more. But okay. So the first thing is that I feel like teasing. You can tease. Teasing's fun. Teasing's awesome. But like, it should be. You just have to not miss the mark. Second, I think that it's a really exciting announcement in its own kind of like way. Like
in its own context.
So VG Bootcamp is going to team up with Cross Counter Gaming, Cross Counter something, Cross
Counter TV, Cross Counter Gaming, something.
And they're teaming up with one other party, I think, and they're gonna create like fucking sick, nasty, amazing tutorial videos and like otherwise educational videos to get people into our community. That's really important and it's really awesome. But it's like important and awesome in a way that's not like, oh, that's sick. Everybody who's already good at Smash is so excited about this. Like, we're not that excited about it. We're very excited about it intellectually, and we care about it. But I'm not going to throw a party over it.
That to me was.
And I could throw a party, right? If we're back in Evo, then I'm about to get drunk. We're going to Evo? Are you kidding me? That's an announcement.
Dude, I'm going to go to Evo anyway.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to enter Street Fighter.
Me too.
Bobby,
really?
how did your money match go?
I destroyed him, dude. 4-1.
Woo! So wait, are you guys 1-1 now? Is that what it is?
Yeah, but like I already surpassed him, so I don't care.
Damn.
Well, you got to money match him again. Tell him, hang on, we're even. We need to do one more of these.
He could be playing the long con and money match you again for 500 and just beat your ass down this time.
All right, so I think this is an important topic, and I want to share this with everybody. So if you're already good at Melee, and I assume that most of the people in chat, you know, you played Melee for a long time, you learned Melee, and like, you know, you got reasonably good at it. In my experience, getting good in another fighting game is really rewarding, more so than it was to like get good at StarCraft, because it's like a different genre. You have to learn a lot more things, so it's the same process of losing a lot before you learn basic things. But okay, so here's my mentality with Street Fighter. I already set a goal. I want to be like bad competitive. I want to be like better than a mod is in Melee. Who's good? Like everybody knows. Like I want to be a bad mods level in Melee. So like pretty bad, but like you can go to a tournament and win some games.
Wow.
Well, I mean, he's taken a few games from ranked people.
Yeah, I want to be able to maybe, if I have a good set, take some games off ranked. That's where I want to be.
Like a top 20.
Dude, I think that's extremely doable. I think that's extremely doable. And I think the beauty of fighting games compared to RTSs is that you have that accessibility to the community, because you can't sit down and be like, all right, StarCraft, you know what? I want to be able to go to a tournament, play some really good people and have fun. That's not going to happen. No. I mean, unless you're willing to throw away your job, that's not going to happen. With fighting games, do that.
So, here's my mentality. I set my goal, and like all I'm doing is looking ahead. Like at no point have I looked behind. So this guy Albert, like he's been better than me since I started up until about 2 weeks ago. So I just I did the what did I do? I did the Korean DJ approach where everybody was better than me. I was like, let's money match. Let's do it like, you know, in a couple days, blah, blah, blah. So then I got to Albert and I was like, dude, let's money match. And that's when he was better than me. So he beat me. And then like over the next 2 weeks, I got way better than him. And then he was like, are we going to do it again? Because he was thinking like maybe he would win. And I was like, no, I don't even care about you anymore. So he challenged me, even knowing that he would lose, on the hope that he would win. I won, and whatever. I'll take anybody if they're offering it, but that's my mentality. So the big money match is December 13th, Friday the 13th. So that is like the ultimate test. 3 months ago, I said by Christmas I will be the best Street Fighter player in the office, knowing nothing about the game. And now I've come to second best, but the guy who's first is significantly better than me. So
well, looking ahead, aren't you gonna be traveling to Kings of Cali that day? What's up with that?
I'm gonna travel after it.
Ooh, that's gonna be a busy day.
14th is the day one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Snake I was over yesterday. I played him for a couple hours.
Sweet.
I need to figure out my transportation at that tournament.
Are you gonna come with us?
Who's you? Who's us?
You know, dude, Sheridan, if you need to ride, that sounds like a sick car.
Yeah, I do. I want to go.
All right. I think the four of us.
Lay it on me, car. I'm excited already.
That car is gonna ball hard.
Presumably, you're staying. Well,
we're gonna meet up. We're gonna meet up with Gimmer, and then we're gonna do a show.
It's gonna be mad late. It's gonna be like 3 a.m. East Coast time, but I'm definitely willing to do a show.
We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
We gonna talk about the stackedness thing, or
so
move on?
Any other thoughts about Rom, Toph, or anybody else?
I think that's it. I'm really looking forward to the next one.
I think Alucard's awesome, and I think Rom is like a really sick homie tournament. I think that East Coast and Tri-State they do a good job of doing that kind of thing.
Absolutely. And shout out to the Moon.
Shout out to the Moon vs. Scar, money match at Apex.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah. Yo, I'm about to go, by the way. I have to let people in for Smash, actually. I will say this about the Huh?
I got no invite.
Oh, hey, you have a perpetual invite.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, you actually do, though. I've told you about this. Every Thursday night, Asian movie night. I've told you this for sure. I'm not making this up. I've definitely told you.
Why don't you let everybody in and bring them on the show? Let me say hi to Zoo.
Come, Rook, come say hi. This is do you know Rooktionary? so far only Rook is
Yeah,
here.
I know Rook.
Rook is leaving NorCal this
No.
Saturday. Rook is just out of the Army, so congratulations.
Oh, Rook.
He's moving back to Georgia to join Sleepy K and all those guys.
Wait,
And,
Rook's not Asian.
Huh?
Rook's not
Rook is
Asian.
He's not Asian.
I was a Korean linguist in the army.
Oh, it's Asian movies.
Asian movie night, yeah.
Yeah, I interpreted it the same way Bobby did.
Oh, what's up, Siglemic?
You guys are crazy.
Dude, Sig says hi, Toph.
Oh, hi Sig. I've met Sig.
Are you
Are
have
you
fame
Toph of PDX fame?
You're famous for
Dude,
something?
Sig. Dude, me and Sig are both from Washington. Isn't that crazy?
Fallen.
That's pretty
All right. Anyways,
I didn't know
wow,
you
that's
were
crazy.
serious.
But no, okay. So I gotta take off, and thanks for everything.
All right, dude.
All right, peace.
Bye.
See you, Toph.
See, I mean, like, Toph is Asian, right? So when he said Asian movie night, it was like Asian people watching movies.
I totally interpreted it that way also.
You guys are weird. I knew exactly what he was talking about.
Also because I couldn't fathom, well, this is me biased, couldn't fathom having like an Asian movie night regularly. I get bored.
Why not?
I don't know, that's not my genre of movies.
Okay. Well, all right.
Thanks
So,
for being on the show to Toph. Shout outs to him. That was a good time. Good talking about ROM.
Yeah.
Josai, do you want to share these stats? It's an aggregate of stats, so I don't think it's that bad.
I
share.
do, yeah. So you were talking about, is this,
Yeah.
like, is the moon getting third or whatever? What does that mean? And
If they believe that I use is fraudulent, is it or is it not fraudulent?
I think that's a pretty harsh term to use, but there is something to that. I'm going to share a link with the stream right now. There's kind of a long setup to this, but in case you guys didn't know, Tafokins is doing a project where he has 40 panelists across, the country, like knowledgeable Melee community members and players, give a rating to all the top, like all the players that like people know about, like pretty much all the ones in SSBPD previously that mattered. Okay, and he's nearing the end of this project, so we kind of have this list of ratings of players, just kind of an aggregate of all these different people and how they're rated. So I me being curious, I went and took the top 32 placings at these the five biggest tournaments, six biggest tournaments so far this year, and I just kind of did a sum of the ratings of the top 32 players and also the average rating of the top 32 players. And I thought the results were like really interesting and actually a little more accurate than I was expecting. What do you guys think?
Is it shown? Can the fans see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a look here.
So when it says sum 250,
that means out of top 32, when you take the relative rankings of each player and add them together, that is the sum.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so,
and I'm no statistician.
1 to 10 scale.
Sum doesn't. You don't need the sum. It's just average.
I'm no statistician.
They're all divided by the same amount.
I just kind of did that average
Yeah,
sum.
yeah,
It's just for presentation purposes.
Sure.
Well, I mean,
some people to
they
see
both
sum.
kind of
Wait.
matter.
Wait. How do you have a higher sum for Evo than Apex, but a lower average?
This is how. It's because some people were not on Tafo's list. And,
okay.
That's actually kind of why I did sum and average. Because if I remember correctly,
average is way more important.
Yeah. I know, for example, at Kings of Cali 2, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 people who got top 32 at Kings of Cali 2 who aren't on Tafo's list. And that's kind of like they're just not really recognized as one of the top like 150 potential players in the country, right? And on the other hand, a tournament like Evo, I'm just looking at the list, every single member of the top 32 was recognized. So just looking back, that does make a difference.
256, 249 at Apex. What gigantic! That means everybody who is anybody, including Armada, was there.
Yeah,
but
Apex is definitely almost as stacked as Evo. Like the perception, stacked is a perception, right? And this is based on perception, ratings from people, from panelists of players.
Yeah.
So I think that's interesting.
I'm really surprised. I would say that Kings of Cali 2 and ROM were about equivalent. I'm surprised that Big House and Zenith. I'm surprised that that one of the worth more.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like if you look at 5th place through 9th place at Big House, I would argue that it's definitely more stacked in that area of placings. Big House versus Zenith. Obviously, Mango being there to complete the top 4 gives Zenith the top heavy, right, skill. But from 5th to 13th ish, I don't know. You gotta look at the people who are in attendance.
So I'm still a little confused why Apex would have a larger average if everybody in Evo was in the. How did you take into account in your average? What value did you give to people who were not in the list?
They're not included in the average at all.
Okay, so
yeah,
I see.
They're just. It's not a 0. It's not.
Right.
Just they're not included.
Sorry.
Right.
What else is new?
So for Apex, there were probably. Okay.
And I would share the raw data, but I think Daniel Tafo he wants to keep that. I don't want to steal his thunder at all.
Yeah. Well, not just that, but you don't want the people who have yet to submit their rankings to be prejudiced based on what they've seen. But so for the Apex one, so you must have had people who were not in the top 150, not on that list, make it in there, right?
There was one person who was unrated in the top 32 of Apex.
Yeah.
Well,
so your Apex average was with 31 items, 31 people, and your Evo was with 32.
Yes.
Okay, so then that person makes sense because then the difference between them is about. Yeah. So I would say if you take that into account, then Evo should be larger. Because the person who came into Apex, actually no, I don't know. The person who came into Apex is almost certainly going to have a rank larger than 6.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Evo, one of the players had a 5.5 at the very bottom. I'm just gonna say that there's one kind of anomaly, and it looks like the rest are above 6.1. So I mean, it's an interesting, just very very basic statistical look at it. Just some basic trends I feel like are quite accurate. Like in my opinion, Big House and Zenith were about the same stackedness level when you consider the whole top 32. But the average, right? Zenith's got that average because of Mango, because of Shiz, people like that, and because it's maybe perceived. There's a lot of East Coast players who are perceived to be better. So that's reflected in the numbers too. So I think it was a really interesting look at it.
I'm sorry, are either of you guys looking at the chat?
Yeah.
I thought Con Money's remark was so funny. So it looks like I'm in a whack nightclub. There's just like one little strobe light, like barely blinking, just like in a room.
Oh, are you doing it? Is there a fire alarm?
Dude, every other Thursday, they just do a fire drill. It's like they're on the same schedule as us. That's crazy. Or something. It's so stupid. It's not a fire drill. It's just an annoying light. You have done that yourself. I actually love that name. You guys familiar with that scene in Star Wars Episode 3? You've turned Padme against me. You have done that yourself, says Ewan McDonald.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway. Yeah, numbers, good stuff. I think this looks
I want to wait till
what I think you should do, Rob, is is when you take your average, give the people who are unrated the rating of the lowest person on the list, and that way you set at least a limit. Sure. You set a limit on what it is. You say it's no higher than this.
Right. What I was thinking about doing is taking, if somebody's unrated, taking, what they placed, the other same placing players, and just giving them that rating for the purpose of this basic
smoothing.
Yeah.
That could be. Just out of curiosity, who was the one unranked, if you remember, from Apex?
It was Diakonos, which I'm a little surprised. I think maybe he was excluded due to inactivity or something. I would have definitely thought of him, but I'm not sure what the reason was.
Many tournaments, right?
I'm not sure what the reason was.
I've seen him like 2 times ever. True fact.
And just a funny like eyeball look at it. I think the biggest perceived overplacing of the year was probably V-Wins at Apex. He got 9th.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I think the biggest flop, biggest perceived flop placing was poor SFAT at Apex. He got 33rd, and he got outplaced by 21 people who were rated below him on top of the list.
That's
so
that's
there
a tough one.
Whereas V-Wins V-Wins placed above 18 other people who were rated higher than him.
That's pretty cool. That little fun fact is.
So I would like to maybe hand this off to somebody who knows what they're doing with stats, like Julian Symington, and maybe have a legit analysis. I think that
Symington, right?
No, it's Symington.
Someone told me Symington.
I'm gonna have to take that up with
Symington.
him.
I actually am. My PhD work was very statistically. There's a lot of stats in it, so I know a good deal about it as well. If you want to ask me some questions.
There you go.
So yeah, I would love to see that project take off as like a new little look at the perceived skill levels across the nation.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
And does anybody have anything to say about Pound 5.5?
Well, none of us attended, so it's hard to say.
No, it ran.
Oh, if Mango would have been here. Oh well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. King won. Mango got 2nd. Chillin got 3rd, I think. Yeah. Some pretty intense sets between Chillin's Fox and Mango's Falcon.
And then Mango's Marth too. What was that all about? He just freaking ran a train with Marth.
I think so. My hypothesis, I actually read a fair few comments from people on YouTube videos, etc., saying that like, oh, Mango threw it or whatever. I think it was on Reddit actually. And it seemed to me that he didn't throw anything, right? The fact that he actually went Falco versus King was like him not being like, oh, well, I don't want to look like I'm losing. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of times, not only Mango, but other top players, well, probably only Mango and King have done this. Like, if they just don't want to play and don't think they're going to win, they just won't go their main or any character that they're good with.
Yeah.
Well, I believe
King's Falcon Ditto with.
I believe he was, still trying his hardest as Falcon and as Marth, and I think you can appreciate that as a stream viewer. I think it's definitely possible to tell when somebody's actually trying their hardest, even with their non-main, versus just kind of not showing up, right?
Yeah. So it seemed like he was trying. He was definitely not playing his main, but it also seemed that he was not like. I mean, there are certain tournaments where you show up to win, if that makes sense. Like, you show up with the eye of the tiger, you're polished, you're focused. And he seemed like he was focused in a more like, I'm here and I want to have fun and I want to do as well as I can kind of thing, right? Where like, if you show up to win, you don't care about doing the best you can. You try to win. Versus, like, if you show up and you're not necessarily expecting to win, sometimes you just play the best you can. I got that sense anyway. It didn't seem like he threw it, and also doesn't seem like, doesn't seem like that was Mango in top form either. understandably, because he hasn't played in a while.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. Look, it was a pretty good set, you know. That one game on Yoshi's was pretty sick.
You're talking about the one where you use the shine
I
to
am.
avoid a gimp.
I am. That was pretty insane. And then, you know what was so sad, though? Like, after that game, it was like, Mewtwo King picked FD, and it was like, oh, fuck this set. Our rules suck.
Mewtwo King on FD, man.
I, like, actually think that our rules suck.
Are we going to have this conversation again?
Nope.
Please, please not.
I think it's so dumb.
Please.
I think that
What's dumb?
Some other time.
I think that other games have created rubber band mechanics to make things more exciting and to have a comeback factor, and the fact that we have a stupid fucking give the other guy a 7-3 edge for free is so dumb. It's just stupid.
I like the no bans in best of fives. That's
Me too.
I think you should have to face, you know,
We don't have
one game of your
fucking
worst.
Mute City and Corneria anymore.
Whatever.
We don't have, you know.
Whatever.
I would like to see Scar at FC. FC Legacy.
I have a bad time at FC. I mean, every time I look at the Kishes, I'm like, you know what? You guys are fucking idiots.
Oh my god.
But like they believe that the game is supposed to be played a certain way. Like, I mean, and I can't argue with that. You fundamentally believe something different than I do. I want to play every game on Battlefield first and foremost. Second of all, if you could chain grab me on FD for like relatively less effort than anybody else has to do anything in the game, then I think FD is a stupid stage. My bad.
Well, yeah, your character's bad.
Look at SUJ. I feel like all Falcon mains appreciate that stages are dumb. No bans is dumb for Falcon. I changed it's a slightly modified quote.
Well, you know, it may be dumb for Falcon.
The 5 equals you're screwed.
It may be dumb for Falcon, but our job is not to make the game, you know, safe for Falcon mains.
Yeah. We have opposite. We just don't agree on the fundamental, like, on our ideals.
I think we should move to a different topic.
Smart.
Like, you can pick the stage that you banned.
Okay, yeah. I think we should. It is worth talking about. There was a thread on Melee discussion, if anybody checks that anymore, that I just noticed. This was about a week ago, where somebody was saying, hey, you know, I just went to this local tournament the other day, and there was a controversy about whether my opponent could counterpick the stage that he initially banned after game 1, which is a question that, you know, doesn't come up every day, but it's a legitimate question. And then all of a sudden I look at the responses. People are all over the place on this thing. Like, one person from East Coast is saying, oh, you can definitely counterpick what you banned, and that's all I've ever known. And then whereas I'm going, like, I'm the complete opposite. I've always thought that, no, you can't counterpick what you banned, and that's all I've ever known, and nobody's ever disputed that. And then you have so many different opinions, so it kind of brings up an instance where I feel like different regions have been doing different things without really knowing it for a lot longer than we think. What are your thoughts on that, Sheridan?
Yeah, this is definitely one of those that we never really discussed as a community. And I actually can't remember a time where it's come up in NorCal or SoCal.
You know, one person has asked me at a tournament, and I told them, I was like, is this a trick question? Like, no, you can't counterpick what you banned. Then later, thinking back, I was like, that's a legitimate question. I don't know. So, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so, I mean, I've had this discussion with people on the West Coast, even though it's not come up in tournaments, and generally speaking, we have said that you can pick the stage that you banned. Because,
Interesting.
I just don't see why you shouldn't. It's a problem with the rule not being
right,
clear. Because when you say you ban a stage, that doesn't, there's ambiguity in how you understand that. But as far as what should be the rule, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be able to counterpick the stage that you banned as long as everybody's aware of the rules.
Well, that's a debate that I'd rather not. I honestly I don't really feel qualified to, to go into that debate. But I'm just kind of shocked that this rule hasn't really been clarified. And I thought Cactuar made a really good post explaining the options that a TO has when interpreting this rule. And there's like 4 different options, right? It's like it's not a simple thing.
Bobby, I can tell you're reading chat.
Yeah, I am, but I mean, I have plenty to say.
I know you're thinking about Pikachu and Falcon.
I hate Pika Falcon so much. Oh my god, Pika Falcon FD is like literally is a waste of time. There's no reason to play it. Why can't I ban FD against Pikachu if I'm playing a 3 out of 5 with Pikachu? Oh, because it's part of the game. Because like you should be able to. No, it's stupid. It's so
I'm
dumb.
not making a rule set just so you don't get chain grabbed by Pikachu.
I don't think that you should make a rule set just so I don't get chain grabbed. That's not what I think. I think that like you should have a ban because there are stupid matchups on stupid stages and you should be able to ban it. Why can't you pick up a secondary? I hate that argument so much. I hate because it's not. I don't want to talk about it. We'll talk about it some other time. You guys already know how I feel about it.
we had a good discussion about this.
I think that you can. I don't think anybody ever explicitly said you can't counterpick your own ban, which is why I always assumed that you could. That's kind of was my thing. But I also thought that it was grimy. It's like full of grime and dirt and muck. Like if you do that, you're like imagine I'm playing a Pikachu, right? And I ban imagine I'm Pikachu playing a Falcon and I'm like, oh, I ban FD, I'm a noob, I don't know anything about this game. And he's like, oh, this kid's a noob, blah blah blah. And he bans something else and I'm like, oh, FD, what's up? And then I win. That's so stupid. That's so grimy.
That's exactly what I feel. I don't think you should be able to.
But if I were Falcon and playing a Pikachu and he banned FD, I would be like, you know what? I ban FD too, wise guy. Thanks for your ban.
Well, okay. Here's a situation where I can really imagine it coming up. Imagine you have a Ditto. You're playing a Ditto match, right?
Okay.
And in a situation like that, the bans pretty much just come down to personal preference, right?
Yeah.
Personal preference and how you perceive the other person to play. And when you play game one, you're learning more about how that other person plays and how you can react to it over the course of the set. And I think you should be able to use that information. You ban something after you win game one. You should be able to use the information you learned about how your opponent played in game two, to influence the set. So I think you should be able to counterpick your own stage.
That imposes a pretty heavy additional penalty for losing game one.
Does it really though? I mean,
I think so. It depends on the matchup. The Ditto is probably not the best example. The personal preference, but depending on the matchup, that can impose a pretty harsh additional
I don't think
penalty.
So. The penalty is it's not really so much a penalty as is you don't get the benefit of somebody making a stupid ban on game one.
Say that again.
I'm sorry. I see what you're saying. Sheridan's all about getting additional knowledge from the first game. He thinks that that's really valuable. Like getting additional knowledge from this first game is like an important part of deciding the rest of the stages. In your view,
let's say somebody's really good at recovering, right? And you don't quite figure that out yet, and you ban FD or I'm sorry, no.
Oh boy, we need a good demo, a good example before we.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to play on FD because they're good at like picking their fox angles or something like that, right? And on stages with platforms, they have a lot more options. So you only learn by game two that you want to take them to FD because you just decided you can't handle their recovery as well as you thought you could. So I think you should be able to use that information, in your counterpick. If FD is your usual ban, but then you figure out that it's not, then counterpick it.
And on the birthday of Melee It On Me, I'm making the Scar created the show executive authority to move on. I'm not talking about this anymore. Stage conversations are so hard. I can't stand
They really are. But it's fun.
stand it.
Yeah.
Any closing thoughts on these stupid stages or about pound 5.5?
Closing thoughts is I think we need Cactuar and Kirby Kaze in here before I'm comfortable talking further about, rule sets.
Sorry about the fire drill.
Yeah. I think definitely need some standardization and some addressing of those issues.
Well, we have standardization.
Well,
right?
I don't think you actually need I mean,
no.
I mean, you can have standardization, but I don't want to force people into it.
Let me clarify. Not standardization of exact rule sets, but standardization of a process where nationals are using rule sets that are kind of approved and like published so that people know.
Yeah.
So that people, the communication aspect of it to attendees is taken care of.
Right. And
I think we should have a Melee at On Me sponsored rule set, and we just give people the sticker.
That's
Melee
tough.
On Me sponsored.
That's tough. We already have a conflict here with the bands. Like, it's not going to end there. So it's going to be tough to do that.
I'm prepared to accept the commonly, approved whatever. Like, everybody agrees that the current rules are fine, so long as you have the right DSR, which is the only DSR now that the other one is M2KSR.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go there.
If you go to best of 5, then there's no bans, which is fucking dumb, but I'm prepared to accept it because not that many people care about it, even though it's not optimized for fairness, which is the only thing that I care about.
I mean, optimized for Captain Falcon, yes.
I don't think so. I think that it's optimized for skill outside of stages. But anyway. Happy birthday, Melee On Me! It's been 1 year of Melee On Me. What's up?
To the day.
Let's talk about our favorite moments on Melee On Me. How about we just start with our least favorite moments? So always the stage conversations. They suck. I thought it was really fun at the very beginning because it was like, oh, we're making progress, and then we just all realized that. Nope.
Least favorite moments. I joined in season 2, right? So I missed a good chunk of episodes. I let you guys sort out the kinks before I joined, only to find out that there were still technical kinks to be worked out every single week. Am I right?
Yeah.
So no,
it's an adventure, it was an adventure before we got Cosmonaut.
Yeah.
Right. So
I had some good shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Commentary's never been my thing because I have trouble just finding something to talk and just maintaining the non-silence, as a wife would say. Yeah. But like this is much easier for me, just like a loose podcast type of format. I don't have any least favorite moments besides the technical issues.
Wow. One of my favorite moments when Juggle Guy joined.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say when Juggle Guy got JV27 stocked by M2K.
No, that should be one of your least favorite moments. That's my favorite moment of every episode is when we bring it up. I actually don't think that we've had a Melee On Me where that hasn't been brought up. It's one of the things I need to check off to be like, it was a good show.
I need to remove that video off my channel. That's what I need to do.
Somebody go download it quick.
Funny. Yes.
Somebody go download it.
I'm actually
Somebody
just
mirror
gonna put
that
it on
shit.
my iPad or my iPod.
No, I'm not gonna remove it.
I know you're way too cool for that. Somebody link the video because people are unsure that they haven't seen it. If you haven't seen the video,
it's something funny to talk about. Like every so often, somebody who watches the podcast who I've never met before is like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you. I liked you versus M2K," and then we're just like, "Ha ha ha."
Okay. I'm pretty sure there's at least one, maybe two videos of me getting force-stocked by Mewtwo King.
Right.
Somewhere up there.
Try having 7 in a row, same video.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Does anybody remember? Okay, I was talking about some of the worst moments of Melee On Me. Does anybody remember that one show?
It was the last show of season 1. Just nothing fucking worked.
I think there's a reason
really
that was the last show
put
of
together.
season 1.
We started late.
That's why it was the last
we
season.
didn't have an agenda. It was only
one.
me, you, and Mango.
Yeah.
And every time we were quiet, Mango was always just like, "This show sucks." and it was I was thinking it, but I was also like, "How do we make this better?" And then Mango would just be like, "This is the worst show ever, Scar. You got to step it up." And I was like, "Shut the fuck up, Mango." That was the worst. I was like, why are we doing this?
You know, I've never. I think that's the only show in which I've not watched the stream archives, and I've been advised not to by every single person.
Well, so okay, something else, like the stream actually died in the middle, and I just didn't upload the second half. I didn't give the second half to you because the second half was even worse.
I noticed that there's like an anomaly in the files you gave me.
One ends, right?
One file was like,
I was like, all right,
it was like 40% as long as the others. And I was like, okay.
That was that one episode. I think it was entitled the worst episode.
Oh no, a fucking Nicholas M. Whittier just brought up that one episode where we had the mic on the lap.
That was a pretty good episode.
Dude. Just me. It was all three of us, right? In Bobby's at Sophie's place, just going down like the Evo pools.
Yeah, I remember walking into your house, Bobby, and then seeing your setup, and then I was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a rough technical evening."
That was fun though. I liked like going through all the pools and just like speculating and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
Totally. If we had more of those kinds of things, then we could talk about like predictions and stuff more, because that's always a fun thing to talk about.
It's always fun. Nationals that have pools that come out beforehand, like that always raises the hype, like undoubtedly.
Totally.
How about the Spirit Bomb?
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to come up with favorite moments besides Spirit Bombs.
I feel
like that is like default.
That is the show, right? I mean, that's why Melee on Me is.
Would we even be doing this still if we hadn't gotten into Evo? Like, you have no idea.
Exactly.
We have no idea.
I'm just still like continually amazed by like that whole series of events.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the whole.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It was just.
I was thinking about it either today or yesterday when I was just thinking about, man, 1 year since we started the show, and then I was just thinking about January and how I feel like I wonder. I don't know if I should say it this way, but like I was just wondering like how much people expected Skullgirls to make it, because like they were early on. They had a good amount of money donated, and like I guess they had an interested party who had resources to raise. So I wonder if for anyone it was kind of a foregone conclusion that like, okay, we're going to do it this way and we expect Skullgirls to win and we would really like to have them in Evo. Great. And then like all of a sudden it's like, who are these guys? What are they doing?
Yeah.
Who are these guys? 30K? How did they get 30K?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
I wonder if anybody was sitting there like, what? How does this number keep going up? I mean, we were all doing that, right? But I wonder if someone who in January had this strong expectation,
Yeah. Like what I remember was when the poll, the Facebook poll is what started everything, right? And I'm kind of naturally a cynic about these things. I was like, I'm not going to say it, but I think this is a giant long shot, like a 1 in 100 kind of thing. And then the donation drive started, and I still felt that way. And then I remember like one night I was talking to Eric Violence, and he was like, Rob, stop being a cynic. We're going to Evo. And then like the momentum just kind of built, and like I was finally a believer by the end of the Spirit Bomb, even before it. Like
that's
I was
how
like,
long it took.
Yeah, dude, it took a long time until like for me, I finally bought into the idea that Evo was a possibility, realistically, right?
That's so crazy, dude. I thought
really
that it was a possibility up until the first drive of Skullgirls, because we had a really big lead. We were like, dude, we're destroying these fools.
No,
and then they
so
were
like, yeah, it was
had in total in like a night. It was maybe even 50% or something absurd more than we had raised, and it was like, oh shit.
Yeah, like we had our first drive, right? We got up to like 9,000, and we were like, oh my god, we've like doubled their
over 9,000.
No way. And then they double ours like the next week.
Yep.
And
it's like, man, this is bad.
And there was despair,
Yeah, there was definitely despair.
And there was, Skullgirls people coming and posting on Smashboards and vice versa.
What was that one guy's name? Does anybody remember that one guy?
Yeah, I mean, he had like 500
Skullgirls,
posts on Smashboards by the time the day was.
He literally posted like every 2 seconds. He like read the post above it, replied to it really earnestly.
I cannot remember. Somebody in the chat must remember what that guy's name was. Brand X.
Brand X.
Brand X.
There we go. That was
guy.
the name of a good band featuring Phil Collins.
And then people were talking about Super Turbo. Jesus, it was like 2 days before. Super Turbo has $500 or something.
Yeah.
And in the course of about 3 hours, they get 30K. At that time, we had like maybe 35.
Right.
So at the rate at which they were going, they were about to hit like $1 trillion.
That was a heart stopper, right? Like it wasn't like one big donation. It was like several $1,000, $2,000 donations, which is that's even more scary to me. That's scary.
Yeah. And everybody was telling me like, there are these 40-year-old people who have millions of dollars in Korea who are donating this money, and they're just going to win.
Let me ask this: did we ever get closure on that? Like,
no, I thought there was something official about how like the ST donation was like getting refunded.
That's what I heard too, but I never really got closure on that. I just kind of was like, yay, Melee at Evo. I don't really care what happened with the Super Turbo thing, but now I'm curious. I wonder if anybody in the stream knows like what really went down with that.
It was that 501k money.
Imagine if somebody bombed 100k last second. Jeez. I don't even know.
It says bad credit cards.
Yeah, one could. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I feel like that was one of those really momentous moments in the history of this community where it could have gone like completely different ways, and I'm sure glad that it went the way it did.
Yeah.
Brand X is in our in a chat. Let's welcome him.
No, he's not.
Brand
X,
welcome, Brand X.
I suspect that that's a fake account. I don't know how we're gonna verify. Is this a verifiable Brand X?
Brand X, tell me something about today. Depending on what he says, I'll know if it's him or not. I've read like 35 of his posts. I know his typing style.
Yeah, totally.
Someone told me it was mentioned.
No.
Yeah, tell us about your day, and it needs to be at least 70 words. Type it out, and I'll be your verification. No, it's not him. I'm about to ban you. Nothing much. That is nothing much. This is the worst Brand X impersonation I've ever seen. Oh, I banned crispness.
Poor crispness. I cannot pronounce crispness without saying Christmas. It's absolutely impossible.
Crispness, try to talk again. I think I unbanned.
We got Fly with the investigation.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's him.
I distinctly remember he always capitalized and punctuated his posts. So it could be, but it could also be somebody who created it as a fake account.
We were the guys you're looking at right now. We were the guys who were trying to defeat Skullgirls. So
you know whose grammar is the most easily recognizable? Atlas from SoCal.
Oh yeah,
right.
Of course, yeah.
The exclamation marks.
Exclamation marks. Dude, I just like at first it annoyed me, but then it was just like I'm just always happy reading his posts.
Yeah, exactly. He's so happy, he's so positive. I was bored one day. I went to his post history on Smashboards. Like, I am finding a post of his that's not happy. I'm gonna do it. Nah, I failed. I couldn't find one.
And who were our guests over the many months? Were you gonna say something important, Sheridan?
Oh no, I was gonna ask we talked about we want to talk about favorite non-Spirit Bomb moments.
I've had so many, man.
I know. What I really love doing is I've really enjoyed our pre-tournament, the pre-Evo show especially, and the pre-Big House show. Those are super fun.
Dude, the pre-Evo show, now that I think of it, that's by far my best, non-Spirit Bomb. And honestly, that's my best Melee on me memory, including the Spirit Bomb, just because I wasn't, this was really unfortunate. I had to get up at 7 a.m. The day after the Spirit Bomb, so I wasn't there live. I couldn't stay up till 3 a.m. So that's kind of a stream archive memory, if you will, for me. The Evo thing, that was just awesome. Like, I remember going into the Paris casino and not being able to find the venue for like half an hour.
Too.
Like, this was on the Thursday before. I was like, I need to find the venue just so I don't show up tomorrow at 9 a.m. whenever my pool is and have to do it last minute. Half an hour went by, could not find the venue, like the venue room, and then just out of nowhere, I see Tony Cheng at Eyesight. You guys might know him as Eyesight or Ankoku. And just out of nowhere, I think he was with you, and like you both were with him or something like that. We just kind of randomly met up in the course of like 30 seconds.
Completely randomly met up. We went to the venue to drop off our TV, and
we were both looking for the venue.
There. Yeah.
That was the closest I got.
I got to get in. Somehow I snuck in. I was like,
I hate that. You just got in. I tried to pull a sneaky get into the venue. Got denied by the Evo staff. They're like, nah, we ain't having any of that. So I was jealous.
I deactivated MIOM Scar emoticon to make room for MIOM Baby, by the way.
Oh.
Got the baby emote, and I, of course, have the People's Champ emote.
We need an MIOM fire drill.
Yeah, we definitely need the fire right now.
It's like whenever the stream goes down, fire drill.
Instead of picnic, it's got to be fire drill.
Right.
We need to try to change the stream culture to do that.
I think picnic is actually really funny.
I do too.
So.
I like it too. But yeah, pre-Evo show for sure, and kind of being cramped in.
Pre-Evo show was sick, and what's his name, right? Toasty, just showing up.
Yeah, I didn't know what was. I was like, is he? Is he housing with Tony, or why exactly is he in the car with us right now?
Oh man, Curious Enver.
And then of course Prague being the, being the person worrying about setups. We need someone like that. So thanks to Prague for being that guy who worried about the setups. He was at the venue, couldn't join us.
Prague,
Toasty, right?
Prague totally killed it, and that was awesome. The only thing was he went way too hard. I think he had nothing left in his heart and soul that night.
Well, you might as well, right? It's Evo. You had no idea what was going to happen.
Gave us everything.
That was just like being the night before Evo. It's the eve of everything we've been working for.
Right.
It was just such a great atmosphere. I don't know if we'll ever get something like that again.
Another moment where there's a fork in the road of history, that Nintendo stream crisis. Can you even imagine in an alternate universe?
The Nintendo stream crisis! I forgot about it.
Yeah, if they're in an alternate universe, if Nintendo doesn't reverse that decision, what are we talking about right now?
I know.
It's crazy to think about that.
I don't know.
In a world where we don't set the stream record for that brief, few hours before
2 hours
or whatever,
3 hours before Marvel. Man, I don't know.
That would have been a bad universe. Dislike that universe. Thumbs down.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I also, I wonder how much that would have affected the players too, because would they have thought that they had as much to play for without the world watching?
I want to say it wouldn't affect them that much, just because the stream. I feel like it kind of be an afterthought, but I can't say that for sure. Everybody thinks differently about
right,
how big of a stage they're playing on in terms of the live audience and the stream audience.
Mm-hmm. But luckily, that was just taken care of.
Luckily, we live in the good alternate universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
With all of the good and the bad of Reddit.
We got the good end.
Mm-hmm.
We did. That time we did for sure. There's
one
time we got the bad end. But
Bobby, what is your non-Spirit Bomb favorite memory of Melee'd on Me so far? 1 year later.
I got to tell you the truth. I feel like the first episode was just so important. It was 100 people tuned in. It's dude, there were 100 people, and at no point did we like really dip under 100 people. It's like maybe we have something here, right? Maybe there are some Smashers who like want to talk about Smash, and like, I don't know, maybe this whole idea is something. I think the first few episodes are so important for me because like I just had this idea that I like believed in, and to see it like not die was so great and like rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like the Spirit Bomb, then we had a purpose, and I kind of miss that. Like, I miss having a common goal.
Yeah,
I miss having fucking everybody having their eyes on one thing.
Like absolutely everyone. Smashboards. That January 2013, probably the most active month of Smashboards in history. Like everybody was on there.
I miss that.
Yeah. And with like January 2013,
focus on University of Smash now.
University of Smash, dude, that's been in the talks for so long.
Everybody's like, boo. You just feel it like in the stream chat. Basically, everybody is like, fuck you.
I mean, I knew.
We want blood.
I knew it was gonna be a letdown, like a perceived letdown to the stream. You can't freaking take off your headset, whisper in someone's ear, have them react, put on your headset again, and say, "Oh yeah, that was the announcement. By the way, you guys have to wait another 2 hours for it." Like, dude, come on.
By the way,
that's just farming for stream viewers. Like, come on.
When was the announcement about the games at Evo?
Oh, you mean last year?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because I feel like it was after. It was between our second and third episodes. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, something like that.
January 9th, 2013. Yeah.
No, because didn't the contest run from January 1st to January 31st?
Well, I just Googled Evo 2013 games announced, and I see two articles. One's January 8th, one's January 9th. And looks like that's when it was announced. Yeah, first 7 EVO 2013 games announced, 8th game determined by charity drive, January 9th at 4 p.m. That was, so, man, looking back, that was a 3-week freaking time period of craziness, right?
Yeah.
That was right after Apex, and then Armada announced his retirement, and then we have the Spirit Bomb. Like, that was a jam-packed 3 weeks. Like, more than we probably realize. Right? So that's kind of the inevitable question, right? What do you think of our chances for next year? Haven't really heard many rumblings of that.
I
haven't heard.
I want to save it for when rumblings do happen.
Yeah,
save this convo for then.
I mean, I feel like by January, like something should be like Evo 2014 should be announced, right? Once the tournament's announced.
Oh, it's announced. We know what weekend it's happening at and what hotel venue is it's going to happen at. We just don't know the games.
Wait, Link. Oh, well, once the games are announced, I guess. Were the games announced before that? Oh, okay. So they basically announced 7 games and the mystery 8th game.
Yeah.
So by the time that they announce the games, is that already too late?
It depends on if, they're going to do some sort of contest again, some sort of, donation drive thing again.
No, I don't want to raise any more money.
I mean, I don't either, but
money.
If they're not going to do that, then, the announcement's the announcement, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
2013 games announced. We need somebody to, like, look back at EVO history and see, like, what precedents are set. With these announcement dates and like the history of games coming back, things like that. Because I don't know. I'm an FGC noob.
Well, speaking of other things about the future, did anybody catch the latest Sakurai post?
No.
Well, not post, but there was an article with little snippets of his. Yeah.
It was just posted today.
Yeah.
What is it?
And I don't know how much we can gain from that. Sheridan, did you gain anything from that, really?
It sounded like, typical developer talk.
Right.
Although Sakurai did claim to win almost all of the matches that he plays, and he declares himself not to be a wimp.
He better. He's had He's had like 13 years of Smash developing under his belt. Wait, hold on. Did he develop 64?
I don't know.
I actually have no idea if he developed 64.
But you know, here's how I feel Smash 4 has to go. Optimally, it will either be one of two things. It will either be better than Melee, or it will be worse than Brawl. Those are the only two good options.
Yes, I actually.
Oh, the only two good options?
Yes.
You know it's not going to be that, though.
I know.
It's going to be right in the middle. It's going to be really close to Brawl, significantly worse than Melee, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
I told someone that before. I was like, if Smash 4 is not better than Melee, then I want it to be the worst Smash game ever, to be seen on the face of the planet.
So that nobody ever...
Exactly, so that we waste the minimal amount of time on
it
before people come back to Melee.
Right.
Okay, hang on. Mango just said something, and I have this fantasy that someday I get introduced to somebody in Nintendo, like Sakurai, and I say, listen, Sakurai, let me level with you real quick. This Melee thing is art. Like, you guys created something beyond what people have spent years trying to create. Like, you guys did it. You already did it. You won. You have this thing. And I get that that GameCube is not what you want to sell. I get that you don't want to move any more mini discs. How about this? You heard about Street Fighter Arcade Edition? Let's make Super Smash Bros. Melee Tournament Edition. And I look at him like, So, you're going to sell a ton of Wii U's. You're going to remake this game that you already made. You don't have to add any new characters because new characters are fucking bullshit. All you need to do is give us some DLC, right? Give us some Captain Falcon crazy colors. Give me a new costume. Give me updated resolution. You got 1080p. Give me some online play, which doesn't even need to be that robust. It's not a big deal. And give me some new stages, please. Give me a couple of new stages. Maybe I don't think that they should fix any bugs or whatever, right? Like, I think they should just leave the game as is. Give me some graphics. Give me some DLC.
Yeah, we seriously we just need 3 levels, 3 tournament playable levels. And one thing that I really like in PM is what you can do is when you're on the stage select screen, you can press the little X and Y buttons to do your bands, to do your striking. That would be that would be sick.
Yeah,
they don't have to do very much,
Oh, and give us the boxing stage.
Fix a couple glitches,
What's the boxing stage?
We don't need people falling through Pokemon Stadium or whatever.
And while I'm at it, I'm gonna tell them to make Mario 64 update 2.
Dude,
actually,
they need to.
Mario 64 is beautiful the way it is.
No, all the 64 games look like ass. If you ask me.
I think Mario 64 is so pleasant to watch. Like, the colors are so vibrant and the music's so nice. Dude, Sig, I always ask you in your chat, but you never answer, so I'm gonna ask you in my chat. What's your favorite song in Super Mario 64? I'm so interested to hear the answer to that. Do you guys have a favorite song? I think mine is the
Bob
end
on
credits.
Battlefield.
Yeah, that one's really good.
Yeah.
I think the end credits are beautiful. Dude, staff roll. It was just said. Amazing. Thanks, Duckman.
I think the Super Mario World staff roll is among my favorite
water levels.
Everything, yeah.
Dire Dog's pretty good. That's the staff roll. Oh my god, whenever I hear it, I want to cry. Because, when I finally beat the game, I threw Bowser onto 3 different bombs. Are you kidding me? It was so hard. He keeps jumping back if you miss. He electrocutes you. Shoots blue flames that put you on fire. After I won, I was like, yes. Yes.
But I just, they did the Wind Waker HD remake. And I just really wonder why they didn't go after some of the N64 games first, because they need it a lot more than Wind Waker. Wind Waker already looks good. It looks pretty good.
Wind Waker stands the test of time extremely well.
Yeah.
Not so much 64 games with Link with the triangle head.
And just the tech, especially the textures for me, on 64 games, they look so terrible. And It's hard for me to go back to playing them. It's much easier for me to play NES games than 64 games.
Wow. Okay. 64 is kind of that in between where they kind of finally went to a 3D type of thing, but they didn't quite get it right yet.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand why they felt like they had to. I mean, you
Oh, yeah.
you had PlayStation
Absolutely.
doing that at the same time, and I also think that like Final Fantasy VII looks like total ass if you go back and look at it now. All the early Polygon games are just balls.
Alright, whatever.
I mean, in terms of graphics, right?
Whatever.
All the
Speaking
graphics.
of games that have aged well, like I think obviously we know Melee's gameplay has aged well, but like the character
I think
models,
it's beautiful.
Melee has
everything-
better graphics than Brawl.
Oh yeah,
I think so too, but other people
I
don't.
will.
really does.
Yeah, I will say I prefer Melee's graphics to Brawl.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like the atmosphere, whatever. I don't. I'm not a graphic designer, but something about it just. I can sit and play Melee and look at the graphics like a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
The
There's
thing,
like a lot more contrast between everything. Like
The
it's
one-
yeah.
I will say the stages, some of the stages can definitely use some work, but other than that, the characters look great. Everything else looks great.
Totally.
I think the characters move in a way that makes more sense to me in Melee.
Yeah. I also think
Brawl,
I feel like the
they just
camera.
feel like the Brawl. They feel like they're kind of floating all the time. Like they never feel like they stop. They kind of like
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it just like there's
left and right. Stop.
there's not a lot of contrast between like the characters, like the different parts of the characters in the stage, the characters in the background, and I also think the camera is really good in Melee compared to Brawl. Like especially like Pokemon Stadium, when you get like two people really close, like under one of the platforms, camera zooms so far in, but it's like so perfect for that little situation.
Yeah.
And as soon
The
as
cameras
somebody
are
gets
fucking
hit,
amazing.
yeah, it's except the one thing that Brawl did right that Melee did not is when people get behind the freaking stocks and the percents.
Oh
it makes it
yeah.
transparent, Unlike
Have you read White's book? He says there's like two bad things about Melee, and one of them is the stock icons get in the way when the camera is at the wrong place. I can't remember what the other one was. White's like, there's only two things wrong about Melee, and they're the two like. If these two things are the worst thing about Melee, then you know it's a fucking amazing game.
Yeah. It happens on Dreamland a lot more than anybody else.
I noticed. Yeah.
And like, I don't also like when people get camouflaged in certain stages, like Green Captain Falcon on Dreamland.
That's probably
Yes.
Thing
It's the worst.
I feel like he definitely would say that like Blue Mario and Red Falco is the same fucking color.
yeah. Dude,
is
it be cool if like for Red
thing-
Falco he was like he had like cardinal colors. He was like
Jared,
an
that
actual
was-
red bird.
That was the other thing Wife mentioned. I don't know if you were
No
pulling
way,
that.
you wouldn't have mentioned that.
No,
Yeah.
that I couldn't think of it. That was the other thing he mentioned. Like some team colors, character costumes are a little indistinguishable in team.
I
Yeah.
can't believe that. I can't believe they didn't fix that for Brawl. I think that was like the most depressing part of Brawl for me. Actually, was like, okay, they ruined the game, but like, fucking Red Mario look more red. Or Blue
Well,
Mario
they were
blue.
too busy trying to like pay homages to certain like versions of costumes, and
Do you know-
the color just didn't turn out well, right?
I think that. Did you guys all see the Project M 3.0 trailer?
I did.
I did, yeah.
Amazing trailer. Do you know what made me? There were moments where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play this game. You know what moment made me snap back into reality and say, nope.
Uh oh.
Fuck, watching the stupid ass Pikmin. Are you kidding me? You want me to play this?
Okay.
You're throwing Pikmin at me? I don't
I
want
still
to.
can't
I
fucking tell.
I was like, I bet
No.
it's Almar.
Yeah,
Dude, I
I
swear.
can never fucking tell what he's doing. All
What
his
is he-
moves look the same.
This is
Just a
this
small
is for the
Yeah.
white to be attached to me, so then I'm gonna detonate. Are you kidding me? It's like a job. I'm
Totally.
scared to play against Olimar right
Dude.
now.
I'm glad we are on the same page on this. Let's never talk about DSR again. Let's just talk about how stupid Almar looks when he's doing his moves.
Dude, that's why
I was watching it and I was like, "Yo, this game? Are you guys kidding? You guys have put so much work into this. Looks amazing." I see this little asshole throwing these for terrible Tuesday.
I will say that like the one of the brawl matches that I saw that I actually really enjoyed watching was when Larry was playing against the Japanese Olimar, and he kept using his forward B to like keep killing the Pikmin, and I thought that was really cool because it made me less upset of not being able to tell what Olimar was doing.
That's still so funny to me. Like, can't even tell what he's doing. I've thought that since day one of Brawl. Like, what are you, Captain Elmar? What are you?
Yeah.
We don't need any new characters for Melee. Melee Tournament Edition should just be Melee. No more characters, no stupid buffs for Pikachu or whatever. Leave Pikachu the way he is. He's annoying.
Crush Sheik's down throw.
Yeah, except for the chain grab on Falcon, am I right?
If they could, if there's something they could do about that. I don't know, like, but I asked myself that question, like, would I even want PAL? I don't even want PAL. Even the down one from Sheik, like, just give me Melee, NTSC.
Right.
Yeah, I would take out wobbling if I had the chance.
You would actually take it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't take out wobbling? I think even Wobbles admits if he were the developers, he wouldn't have left wobbling in. Some top ice climbers may admit that.
Here's something that I want to say though. I see Max is saying, why should they not buff the shitty characters? Do you want me to tell you why? Because Evo had 8 different characters in top 8. Don't mess with it. If you go buff Mewtwo's down tilt or something, some asshole is going to figure out the down tilt infinite, and then Mewtwo's broken and the game sucks. Leave it alone. It's been 12 years. It's still so amazing. Like, okay, fine. A lot of people play Fox. 20XX isn't here yet. We're still doing fine.
Yeah, you can't have 26 characters in the top 8 of Evo.
Are you kidding me? In 12 years? That is nuts. Leave the game alone.
Top 8's going to have 8 different characters in it, not 26 different characters in it. It's leave it alone. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you can buff Ness's recovery. Maybe.
Give him a little love.
Sucked in every game.
The only, yeah, I don't know. I might just, I wouldn't make any major changes. Like, the only tweaks I would make is just, changing a number by 10%, like make Fox's up smash less powerful or something like that. No huge changes to, priority hitboxes, things like that.
The stage background textures could use some work, like I said, but other than that, yeah, leave it alone. We've been who said it in the documentary? Melee was like a perfect accident. I think it was JV.
Maybe. A lot of people have said it. I think it was JV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Melee was made in how many years? 2 years after Smash 64. Isn't that crazy to think about? Brawl was 7. Wasn't it? Yeah, Smash 64 came out in 90. Didn't it come out in 99? I want to say 99.
No, I think it was 98.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
So
Melee was the very end of 2001.
Yes, December.
So it was
November, December 2001.
It was close to 3 years, really.
So how does that work? That totally supports the perfect accident argument.
It actually does. It really does.
It was definitely an accident. Like,
it's such a huge step up from 64 in a lot of ways. So I do kind of believe Sakurai says when he says how he nearly died.
I believe him. I totally believe that. And we can knock Sakurai all we want for Brawl, but
no. I got nothing but respect for the man.
Man worked his ass off and smashes his baby. So I
just think something changed in his heart. He went from being he's like Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII, right? Everybody's like, yeah, Sephiroth, you're saving everything. Then one day he goes crazy, sets a village on fire, and there's Brawl.
It's pretty close. Yeah, I think he just there was been some event in his life where he realized that he couldn't stand to see, this
He
competition ruined his.
It was Dark Rain. It was Dark Rain. We've all seen the evidence.
I was actually about to say, like, I bet he just like thought he was really good at like table tennis or something, and like he was the best on his block or whatever. And then somebody comes like hella good at table tennis and beats him, and he's like, "No, this is what losing feels like. I game do this to anyone else. I must correct this."
Dude, okay, so you know how in the Red Letter Media, the theme of like George Lucas trying to go around and destroy the world's VCRs? So what if there was something with Sakurai trying to
of GameCubes?
Yeah.
Make all the Smash discs.
Oh man. Oh,
Sakurai. What was I gonna say? So yeah, I love Melee. We all love it.
Yes.
I was gonna say something about Melee and what I like about it. Oh, okay. This is actually kind of interesting. So, and that will probably end pretty soon. So we've been going for like 2 hours or so. Are you gonna play the Dark Rain video?
Oh, it's too good not to be played. Some people haven't seen this video.
I was reading something about Daigo because I found something that he said to be really inspirational. Yes. I'm not sure that he actually said this. Seth Killian quoted him, but he said something about like, I picked Ryu because Ryu allows me to express myself. Like, if I wanted to win, I would pick the best character, but that's not necessarily what I want to do. I want to be able to express myself. I think about that. I think about like why I feel no fulfillment when I play any other character but Captain Falcon and any other style but like running at people. I think that's what that's what's important to me too. Something else that he said was that,
wait, how you do that?
Like, okay, with good characters in Street Fighter, they do something called a vortex, where basically, like, imagine in Melee, like, imagine you could cover, like, 3 out of the 4 tech chase options every single time. That's like, you're in the vortex, you're just gonna get hit 3 out of 4 times. It's obviously easier to perform for the dude on offense than it is on defense, and it's mostly just luck. So Daigo called those, like, not interesting decisions. So he likes interesting decisions in Street Fighter. So like, that's what he plays for.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I read,
especially because
motherfucker, can I show you Melee? Will you watch this game and see how every moment you're like, there's more going on, so it's harder to really wrap your head around. But there's no limit to the number of choices that can be made in this game. This game has so many decision points and so many moments where like, oh my god.
It's when you talk about comparing, the vortex, the 3 out of 4 luck guesses to the things where, to like what Daigo said. And I think that's really important because in those situations where you have the 3 out of 4, you cannot exert the force of your will on your opponent. And what Daigo talks about in those interesting situations, I interpret that to mean as, just that is, he plays the game to exert his will over other people. That's what he does. He reads people. And that's what's so great about Melee is there's very few of those guessing situations. And to the extent that there are, I mean, you can still plan around a lot of them.
Yeah, another. I hate to quote Wife so much, but it's so true.
Dude,
when he said,
"There's no limit to Wife's wisdom."
When he said, like, Melee is such a great game. You can, when you watch a video of 2 people playing the same character, you can immediately tell, like, which one's M2K, which one's Ken, which one's Azen, and that just, that's so true, and that's like, that puts into words like why I think Melee is such a great game.
I've always felt that about Marth, especially for whatever reason. I feel like
you've said that about Marth. Like, Marths are all different.
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird how that works. But what's interesting is that also Street Fighter 2 is basically an accident as well because
Super Turbo?
No, I mean Street Fighter 2. They didn't realize. I mean, combos were not on purpose in the game in the beginning. They didn't realize that they had programmed that into the game. It was kind of an accident, and then they just left it in, and that's what resulted from it.
Nice.
Dude, watch together is not working. I really want to. Let's show this video too. I don't know if you guys have. No, I sent an image.
Uh-oh.
Should I
Oh no.
What is it?
Hang on 1 second. I took a screenshot by accident. It was a link posted in the Melee and Omni group. I like really want everybody to watch this together. It was the video of the Japanese player like going ham in training mode.
Oh,
you guys
yeah,
all
that.
seen this?
Right.
If you haven't seen this, just watch this with me
Oh yes,
for
yes,
just a
yes.
minute. Dude,
Ridiculous.
whoever this person is, like I want to meet him and be like, "Yo, Keys to 2019, you're actually so cool."
Dude,
The
there was
Captain
a
Falcon
really-
combo? Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Is
Yeah,
this guy
dude.
nuts? Like he scripted it. This is nuts. I love this so much. I watched it and I was like, never been so happy to have clicked a link in the Melee and Omni.
Dude. There was another really old one actually that I like. Let me find it real quick. Okay, here we go. Itadaki Volume 2. This is from hella long ago, but it's got a lot of those combos too.
A lot of
Similar-
training mode press start
Yeah.
combos.
Yeah, check
Oh,
this
this
out.
guy didn't invent training mode press start combos.
No.
No.
Here we go. I'm posting it in chat.
I'm just watching this young Link destroy this Falco.
I was trying to click that link and I clicked on Yakal's name instead. Is it Yakal or Yakal or Yakal?
Yakal? Dude, I had a hella close set with him
I watched it.
at Big House. He
Yeah,
choked,
you-
dude. I had no
Yeah.
business winning that. He choked. You choked, dude. Sorry. It's just what happened. But good thing you did, so then I could.
Gee, these landmines. Oh my god.
I know.
These landmines. I love the landmines.
Dude, the Captain Falcon combo is so amazing because he just like, oh my god, it's so sick. The Captain Falcon one's the sickest for sure. Is there something?
These aren't.
better-
I mean, these old ones aren't as good as the as this latest one, but it's still pretty cool, I think.
The latest one's amazing. All right, I'll watch it after.
All right.
So yeah, happy birthday, Melee. We talked a good bit about the game just now, actually. So, happy birthday, Melee. How does it feel to be 12 years old? I don't know. You don't exist. And yeah.
I had a
You
great
guys-
time
you guys
just
keep
talking.
us- yeah, you guys keep us on the show. You guys keep us coming back every week or so, every 2 weeks. I love Melee and Omni too.
It's fun. It's fun.
Hope you guys enjoy every week.
The fact that we have anything remotely resembling to this after 12 years of a game that's not online and it's for the GameCube that we need tube TVs for.
Yeah,
Like, dude,
two TVs.
that
We're shooting
Whatever-
electrons from a gun onto a piece of glass.
Isn't that crazy? Fucking
cathode
CRT.
ray tube TV. Yeah,
Invented in like 1930.
I believe it.
1930s technology.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's coming. Super Smash Brothers Melee Tournament Edition someday. I'm gonna talk to these guys about it if I ever have a chance. I'm in a situation where maybe somebody knows somebody, so we'll see.
Right.
All right.
I don't know, man. $100,000, like almost $100,000 raised to have this game at Evo. Like, we could spend that much on the tournament edition.
Like,
Sure.
is it fair to say that Smashers or Melee community at least loves its game more than like any other community loves its game right now?
I'm not sure.
I don't know if that's fair to say. That might
I-
just be me being ignorant, but I definitely can see that possibility.
I
And
can
you know
see-
what? I kind of think like if this game weren't, Melee has a pretty steep learning curve, such that it took us such a long time to get to the metagame that we have today, and I don't think that we would be here without that learning curve.
Mhm.
If it was so easy to do everything that we could do in Melee right now, I don't know if everything would have lasted as long as it did.
Yeah. There's still people haven't hit the ceiling yet. That's the freaking phenomenal, crazy part about it. That's how I describe it to somebody who knows absolutely nothing about video games. It's like, imagine the most fun challenge that you can think of your hobby, and imagine that there's no ceiling to it. You every year you keep pushing farther. You still haven't hit that ceiling after 12 years. That's kind of like what we're dealing with Melee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun every year. Every year we think, well, not this year, but I think from like 2009 till 2012, it was like, is this going to last another couple years, or are we kind of on the at the end of the trail? But every year, the community keeps proving those doubters wrong. It's pretty cool. It's phenomenal to see, especially for cynics like me who don't want to publicly admit that. But it's phenomenal to witness, for sure.
Absolutely.
I wish we could make it happen so bad. Oh my god, I keep thinking about it.
Have you been thinking about that the whole time?
I was thinking about trials. I was thinking like we would straight up get all the best players in a room and just be like, all right, what are the trials? How do we get people good at this game?
I was looking at your thumbnail in Skype and being like, oh yeah, Bobby, he gets what I'm saying. Like, he's nodding. Yeah, he's smiling, and then you're like, dude, I just want to do fucking Super Smash Brothers Tournament Edition. Can we make that happen?
I want to make it happen so bad. Could you imagine? It's like nair somebody 3 times with Captain Falcon. God, this has been achieved. Oh, could you imagine playing one-player mode with the C-stick? Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah.
That changes everything.
It
would make that guy who made the video life a lot easier if you could make the C-stick.
Mm-hmm.
If you could use the C-stick.
One-player mode with the C-stick, dude. I would just
Adventure mode with the C-stick? That would be so fun.
I would destroy it. I have fantasies about like just playing all those Yoshis with the C-stick and just kneeing them all like boom, 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 boom. Yoshis are like, wah! I'm like, what's up?
Dude, home run contest with the C-stick?
Oh my god.
What do I have to do? Go out and buy a Game Shark or something? What? What are you gonna tell me? Some nonsense like that? What?
I don't know.
Yeah,
there's
Dolphin or Action Replay or some combination of the two.
Yeah, what do you want from me, Strong Bad? This guy's just gonna tell me to go spend money. Leave me alone. I want to play with the game that I already have. I turn the game on, I go to one-player mode, and I can use a C-stick. Yeah, that works. It's not what I'm asking for. You can load it up on a Wii. Oh, now I have to get a Wii. This is not helpful. All right. How long will the community last? Is the worst bullet point.
There is no easy answer to that.
Forever. What are you kidding me? I'm not going to stop. Are you going to stop?
No.
Was there any point at which I thought that I was going to be 27 and playing Super Smash? No, but like I am. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I'm 31 and I'm playing this.
Oh, Mango just... Oh my god, a shield that never shrinks on the computer. Yo.
What?
You just cracked the shield? We could never do that, ever.
Oh, okay.
Dude, training mode could be so sick. You like say, alright, the computer like stays at 0%.
Dude, how about like a little kind of like a color code on the shield to indicate when he has actionable frames so that you can see like where the gaps in your shield pressure are?
And some of these things are actually have already been done by some of our good friends with Action Replay, like Internet Explorer, the guy from New Jersey. I know he's been putting in a lot of work on that front with the AR codes.
Yeah. So maybe we could just sell his AR codes to Nintendo, and then it's like, all right, just tournament edition.
I don't know about that.
Hitbox mode. Yeah, I think there's a lot of crazy stuff.
I know there's like an L cancel AR code out there, and that's super useful for people, just getting into the game. I'm sure it would be.
But Bobby, I'm guessing training mode in SF4 has it because it does in HD Remix. But you can set the computer to block, and like the first hit will always connect, and then the computer will always block, so you can tell if you got your Yeah,
that's really good. Well, even just having the little thing that says, 10-hit combo, amazing. I would feel so sick about that. Dude, imagine I destroy somebody, it's like boom, 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 boom. Death from a knee. The screen's just like 6-hit combo.
Yeah.
Select DI. Oh my god.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless. Possibilities are endless. All right.
Well,
Thanks for watching Melee It On Me season episode 3. This is the 1-year anniversary. We've been around for 1 year. We've been having a great time. We're not going anywhere. The schedule coming up. The next episode will be probably live from SoCal, right?
or is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean,
When's
2 weeks
that?
from now. 2 weeks from now is November 5th or December 5th,
Okay,
and then
we'll do that show.
yeah, we'll do that show, and then but then there's only a week
1 week
between that. Well, 8 days between that and
8
KOC.
days.
So we could wait, or we could do 2 shows.
Could play
Either
it by
way.
ear, right? If stuff
Yeah.
comes up, not necessarily the most stuff is gonna come up between now and Kings of Cali, right?
All right. Well, wait. We were supposed to give away a controller today.
Oh,
I don't think that we have Q-Tech signed on to do this for us. So instead, we'll give away like a shirt or some shit.
as usual.
We could do your choice of a Mango Nation shirt or whatever shirt. What's his name is selling.
Oh, the Scorpion Master?
No.
No. That's completely different. Sorry.
Oh, that's right. Europhoria brings up a good point. Is like, what about? I mean, I don't want to do a show on Christmas. I don't want to do a show that week because I'm gonna have like family and everything over. So we should like align our schedule.
Mhm.
Well, it's the next one's the 5th, and then the 19th, and then the 2nd. So we
Yeah,
skip
but we
that
have the
week.
KOC.
No, 5th, then the 13th because of KOC.
Yeah.
And then the 2nd.
Then Sheridan is saying he doesn't want to do one on the 26th.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do something small on the 19th then.
I think
Okay.
it'd be good to have a yearly wrap up. I'm
We'll do it
working.
whenever you want to do it, Juggle Guy.
I'm working through those days. I don't have vacations on any of those Thursdays, so I'm
Talk
down.
about you can't do what you're doing right now.
No, I can. I can. That's what I'm saying. I'm not taking a vacation and
Yeah.
being unavailable. So, have I missed an episode since season 2 started? I don't think I have.
All right,
I
so you're gonna
might
do
have
some
missed-
trivia.
Oh crap!
For the subs?
The trivia. I don't
Do
have
you
one
guys have any
prepared.
good questions?
I can look at my couple.
You know, I
lists
think
here.
some good trivia questions to maybe just have a little thematic element to it is you could talk about when certain rules or stages were phased in or out.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you,
You know,
know?
Maybe like
we're in
last
double
tournament
game,
where
by the way.
Corneria was legal
I-
or something like that.
I think I have one.
One sec. Let me introduce the segment. So this is a bi-weekly giveaway. We do sub-only giveaway. We have mods in here as well. Mods can probably talk, but I don't know if you can't answer anything. Be quiet. Yeah, and Joe Guy's gonna ask you some trivia.
Well, I think the best trivia is the one where it's not like you know the answer or you don't, but you could kind of give an educated guess if you knew like one out of the two things, right? But I don't have too many of those. A lot of them are you know it or you don't, and especially because there's such a short history of Smash compared to like other trivia topics. Man, okay, you know what?
We could ask some Melee It On Me only questions too, like just stuff about the show.
Instead of when stages were removed or added, how about this? Who was the original inventor of the Smash crew battle concept? Somebody distinctly invented this. There is a definite answer to this question. Who invented the Smash crew battle? Do you guys know the answer? Just
I might.
I think I do.
you don't say it, but do you have a good guess?
Yeah, I have a guess in my head.
Is the chat lagging or is no one participating here?
No, they are. But we're we're a
it's
few.
like it's like 5
Yeah.
seconds behind.
Got some good guesses.
Got some good guesses. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to crispness. I'm pretty sure the absolute 100% correct answer is Kish squared.
I was gonna say you got to specify which Kish.
Yeah, but I think we would have been here all day before somebody guessed Kish. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure he's officially the person who invented it, and then Kish Prime is obviously a little bit more well known as the TO, so we'll accept that. Good job, Crispness.
Yeah. I'll take it. Do we want to do 2 and then play a game?
Yeah, sure. Man, I'm running out, dude.
I don't have any great questions. Let me think about the Melee on Me questions.
Yeah, I don't have too many more either. At least not the ones that aren't you know it or you don't, like gotcha questions.
I have a good question. This is a Scar commentary question.
Ooh, go for it.
I'm going to answer it. I'm going to ask it in Jeopardy style. So you have to say who is.
I like that. I like that.
No, I don't want to do that because.
Come on. Putting you on the spot here.
This villain was compared to Hungrybox when he did not connect, when he attempted to do stupid combos on Mango.
This villain.
Who is blank?
This villain was compared to Hungrybox when he was doing silly stuff.
I compared Hungrybox to this villain.
I don't know this one.
Who is Emperor Palpatine? Good guess. Another good guess. Who is Bane? Who is Kage?
I'm not well versed enough in my Scar commentary.
Yeah, it might be too hard for the fans.
I only know the obvious stuff.
I feel like when you guys hear it, you're gonna be like, damn it. Let's open it up to the non-subs. I want to see.
Well, do you want to, before you move, if you're gonna move on to another one, you want to give a hint? Because I don't know what villain, like a person villain.
Oh, you know. All right, Christmas is a sub and he got it. Dr. Robotnik combo. Who is Dr. Robotnik? Woo!
Wow.
He's a sub and he got it just under the wire. I think Christmas is he's got to be the winner. He won both trivia questions.
Dude, that's a sweep. That is a clean sweep.
Dude. It's Christmas.
You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him.
Wait, who is turning subs only on and off? Is it Fly? I think he's the only one who knows how.
No, I think Cosmo is doing it so that only subs were answering.
Subscriber 0. One word. Yeah. Subscribers only, but everybody's free now, dude. So he kept doing Hungrybox at NCR kept doing like forward smashes on Mango's shield, and I was like, Mango's not gonna jump. He's not just not. So I thought about Sonic going like, it's like combo. Sorry, I blamed you, Fly. Good shit, Christmas. Oh my god, that was amazing. The plebes are free. No, but he's a mod and he's a sub. You can tell by the Captain Falcon helmet. So Crispness is the first sweep winner. You get to pick what you want. You can get a shirt or you can get whatever. Because you're the homie. All right, that's our show for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, I'll be back on Tuesday playing AE like in my room in probably in Washington. I'm gonna be in Washington next week for Thanksgiving. The 28th, maybe Mango will do something. Hopefully Mango does a show. And keep your eyes peeled for Friday, December 13th. Friday the 13th. I will be playing the best Street Fighter player in the office for the title of who is the best Twitch Street Fighter player. Wish me luck. I'm in hardcore training from now till then.
What time is that going to happen, Bobby?
Probably the same time as always, 6 o'clock or so, Pacific time.
Okay.
Any last words from you guys? Any shout-outs?
I just had a lot of fun just talking about how amazing Melee is.
Yeah. What a great game.
As always.
Same. It's always fun.
All right, man. Exact same way. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we love you so much. Let's do a little raid. For all of you who hang out on TV, a great website, supports gamers everywhere. Let's take a look at who is streaming right now. Unfortunately, Sig isn't, otherwise it would be him. Or Trihex, of course. Wait, are they still doing Project M stuff?
Got a new subscriber.
Ooh.
Oh! Droogs! Droogs, welcome to the family, brah. Like, something funny that happened. I don't know if I told the story. This is not a great story.
I wonder if that's a Clockwork Orange reference.
Oh my god, is Sig playing right now? Alright, everybody. You know what to do. Head on over to twitch.tv/Siglemic right now and give them the People's Champ No Space emoticon. I'll see you guys over there. Thanks again for tuning in. We love you so much.